Yo, hey yo,
Why you smiling like
hey yo, hey yo, we look tripping.
I ain't even watched the end of it.
Hey yo,
Was it that picture I just sent you?
oh my gosh. Hey
What's
yo,
good? What's good, y'all? You know what it is. It's Tuesday.
Oh.
Stadium Whispers. And we're back. We got a new intro. It was fire, of course. But anyway, y'all, we be talking NBA playoffs, and we be talking a little bit of NFL draft. Like, what's our thoughts? Like, who was the winners, losers? Like, how we think our teams did. But anyway, of course, as you know, it's your boy Shane, the moderator for the show as usual. Got my man Vaughn. Say what's up to the people.
What's up? What's up? Hello there. Doing great. It's a good week so far. Today was my Monday, so it's always good to have a Monday on a Tuesday.
All right, Yak. Say what's up, man.
What's good? What's good? How y'all feel?
Fired up.
All right, Ivan.
y'all already know what it is. What's up? What's good?
We don't know what it is. What is it, bro? Is
Nothing. Shut up.
that a Pokeball? Is that a Pokeball?
It's a Pokeball.
Yes, it is.
What Pokemon is in there?
It's a Vonosaurus.
It's Chansey.
Chansey.
I hated her.
That's cute.
I hated her. I'm sorry. I shouldn't hate her.
That's cute. Wow.
All right.
Never mind.
Oh, go ahead, Vaughn.
I mean, I'd have a Curlia, maybe a cute little Curlia in my Pokeball.
That's what. No, I'll have a Charizard.
It's not Pikachu.
Or-
Pikachu is never in the Pokeball.
No, it was only Ash's Pikachu that wasn't because he was like, "No, I'm good. I'm off that." Other Pikachu's wasn't there. It's just his was insubordinate.
But I would have an Onix if we're going current. I mean, if we're going first gen.
Onyx?
My favorite Pokemon.
Why?
Because he punished Pikachu like early on. He beat the dog.
First of all, Pikachu was like 4.
But think about
4 years old, bro.
It doesn't matter. He dogged Pikachu. Okay.
He didn't dog him anymore.
It doesn't matter. He dogged. First one to dog
He
Pikachu.
dogged- and that's because Ash didn't know what
had Pikachu had on a bike was cheating or whatever it was. Yo was cheating to get like nah.
Hey. Well, that's because Ash ain't know. The reason why he's getting punished is Ash didn't know what he was doing anyway.
Onix is the reason that Pikachu was beating Pokemon that Pikachu had no business beating. Pikachu was little on that damn show.
Yo, he was strangling him to death like he was an anaconda.
It's crazy. Yo, he gave Pikachu the deer antler that night because of Onix. Hey, chill out.
Ash ain't know what he was doing. He almost killed Pikachu his first day. Yet no.
Ash was a 10-year-old that just left home to go catch animals. Like his mom let him.
He's probably 12, probably.
He was like 10.
I mean, Dora, she's like 7 and can go out and do stuff. So why can't Ash?
Dora be out in the world.
Dora be doing whatever she want. It don't matter. Dora do whatever she live in the safest neighborhood ever, where you can let a little girl just walk around.
Her cousin Diego to pull up with her.
Right, and then she has her own monkey. You know what I'm saying? Her boots, you be chilling. You know what I mean? Like
Beefing with a fox.
you know what I'm saying? And Sniper just be my.
All right,
Sniper
let's get back on.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sniper the GOAT though. Sniper the GOAT. I was him for Halloween a couple years back.
I loved it when he swiped the stuff. I'm done.
Me too.
Oh,
Sorry. My bad. I'm done.
All right,
I was swiping for Halloween though.
all right, y'all. NBA playoffs. Who you want to start off with? You want to start off with the 76ers and the Heat?
No, let's wait for Rio to get here.
Let's go to the West. Let's go to the West first.
If you
Yeah.
want to-
Hold on. But mention that before we pass the 76, I just want to say something real quickly. They did advance in 6.
God. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Why can we talk about it now?
Because if we talk about that now, I might as well do the whole East. because
Fine,
we're gonna get
lucky.
too far
Fine,
into it.
right.
I mean, I just wanted to talk about this because I'm only talking about first.
No, I mean,
round real quick.
we got to get to that though because we have, last time we were on that series didn't finish, so we got to talk
Yeah,
about it.
all right, that's true. All right.
Right. So
Let's
let's
go,
just talk the Suns and the Mavs. Like, what you think so far? Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Suns and
Mavericks.
Suns and Mavs. I
Five.
mean, I got the Suns winning that series
And
in
Luka
five.
plays 5 piece.
and 5 for sure.
at
Maybe
the-
Luca can maybe get it to 6 games. I mean, I would like to see Bronson get more involved because he's been hot so far in the post series. I mean, in the postseason so far. So I feel like they need to get him more involved and Dinwiddie as well. And they might can put it to 6 games, maybe.
Not if Bridges gonna be guarding him, he not.
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well.
If
I forgot about that.
because
Hold
they might just let Luca run crazy,
Right.
and then if Bridges is gonna be guarding Brunson, sorry Brunson,
Yeah,
And-
Bronson ain't doing that. That's true. That's
and
true.
Dinwiddie's already hit or miss as it is. So
Exactly.
it's
I
not.
mean,
Phoenix
yeah.
just has too much. They just have too much. You know what I mean? It's-
Right. And then Booker, Booker's back. He don't even need to be 100% to beat them. So
They just have too much. They need to turn Brunson into something else. Even though I like
Yeah.
Brunson, I like Finney Smith now. They're like real playoff guys, but
Right.
Phoenix just has too much, man. Luka's gonna have to like go out of his mind and have like Dinwiddie
big
go out of his
games.
Kleber's gonna
Big
have
games.
to like big shots, and Finney Smith's gonna have to play big both
That's what
ways.
it is.
And they don't
Brunson,
have it. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Brunson and Dinwiddie gonna have to bring it literally every game.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
time for Spencer. He's gonna have to be that person off the bench. When Luka's not in the game, they're going to have to force the issue.
Exactly.
And the problem with them is they're like rhythm scorers. Like they gotta get into a rhythm first before they can really start. Like if they're hot early, then they'll be fine. But if not, then it's gonna be a long.
And Josh Green
Serious.
is step up.
And
Yeah.
then they have nobody for Aiden as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I was just ready to say that they have nobody for Aiden.
who's guarding Aiden? Aiden be like the forgotten guy, but I'm still gonna get you like 20 and 10 low key. Like
Right.
it's
And he had what 25
like 25
last night? Yeah, 25
And
last
it's
night.
nobody,
Yeah.
and he ate all last series too.
If-
Like,
If this was the old NBA, DeAndre Ayton would be one of the 5 best players in the league.
facts.
If this was the old
Facts.
NBA,
Yeah. If he was in the early 2000s, he'd be up there for sure.
He's one of the few bigs that you can leave on the court the whole game because he's going to do a decent job of like switching. He's not going to get cooked and he's not going to kill you.
Right.
He knows how to hit.
He can at least guard. He can guard wing defenders at least
Yeah.
decently enough.
like I can close games. Like not too many bigs can close games.
He
Yeah.
starts to touch the floor a little bit more.
He's
Yeah.
not like Rudy. He's not like
He's-
Rudy.
he's-
Who gets cooked in the perimeter.
He's playing like a number 1 pick. I mean, granted, Luka is better, but the Suns aren't mad. I mean, they're not looking dumb for drafting Aiden. Like,
I
you know
mean,
what
he fits well. He fits well. He fits well with the team. I feel like they did what they needed to do. They built correctly, and getting Chris Paul was the best piece they could have
They're-
got for all that. So
they're more prepped this year
Right.
to if
We
they
can't
do
forget
need.
Cam Johnson with his 17 off the bench.
Yep, you need that. And last night the game wasn't as close. I think it was only a 7-point game. It wasn't that close.
It really was.
Mavericks,
it was
Mavericks made
boring.
a late run with garbage time, hitting some threes. It wasn't that close.
Yeah.
Phoenix, they're pretty much going to do that. They
and
might.
Brunson and Dinwiddie couldn't do much. So Luka was, he had a couple of big turnovers and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't much he could do. So
I expect Phoenix to cruise through this series, and they'll be. Yeah, it's a wrap.
I thought Cleveland almost died when you fell.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, that's who you got in your rotation. Like, Cleve was not bad, bro. But he may be a dependable player in your rotation.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
He's not bad, bro. He does what he does.
He's just not going to cut it against Phoenix.
Yeah, he's not gonna cut
nah,
it.
he's not.
Exactly. Where you're trying to go, he's not gonna cut it. So,
Y'all think Brunson stays, or he gonna try to chase the bag somewhere else?
Brunson's getting $110 million.
Yeah,
You think he's gonna stay? You gonna
I
stay
think
with the
they
bag?
can sign. I think they can sign in. Like, if you can sign and trade this guy, sign and trade him because you don't want to like just lose him for nothing.
Yeah, sign and trade him. It's for a bigger,
And flip him, like a bigger player that can do what he does, kind of, sort of like maybe not like the point guardish role, but a bigger player.
Check me out.
Yeah,
Check me out. Check me out. Check me out.
Talk to me.
Sign and trade this summer for Bradley Beal.
I would love that. I would love that.
Oh.
Brunson, and you got to throw in something. They got to throw in like a pick or something like that.
I would throw him in Josh. Yeah, Josh Green. Sign and trade him this year for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, throw somebody else in there. Like maybe I don't know who else would make the money work or
Oh.
anything like that. But yeah, I like
That
that.
might- that might could work.
Going
Something.
Bullock. I guess.
Something like that. Yeah. Or like, I would love. Or like,
And I think Luka would trust like someone like Bradley Beal to cook. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I feel like Luka, he gets people involved, but sometimes I feel like he doesn't have the trust in it. You
I
know,
mean,
he don't trust a team like that.
Dinwiddie. He trusts him. You know, he be off like a lot. I mean, he trusts Dinwiddie.
I mean, he trusts him for who he is. I'm talking about he have someone like Bradley Beal. You have no doubt in your mind Bradley Beal gonna do what he need to do.
But what about Jason Kidd like changing the whole stigma of his like coaching career?
I think he's doing a phenomenal job.
He's doing better, because I was out on Jason Kidd as a coach.
You out on Jason Kidd? A lot of people was out. I was one of the very few people like, nah.
Yeah.
Give Jason Kidd another run, bro. He's too smart of a basketball player to be a bad coach.
Yeah, I was out on it because a lot of the really good coaches aren't good basketball players. Like a lot of the good coaches that played basketball weren't that good at basketball. Like they were average players. It's crazy the good coaches aren't that good. I don't know what it is.
Alfred was saying that he was like one of the worst coaches in the league.
And he was. Jason Kidd was ass. It was because immediately when Bud got there, you saw the offense change, even though Bud wasn't really doing anything till last year.
I mean, but you gotta think about it. Giannis finally that's when Giannis took a step up by the time Bud got there, though.
No, but
he didn't get early Giannis.
They were running a real offense though too. Giannis was still growing, but they were still running a legitimate offense because Bud came over with some of that San Antonio stuff.
Like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. They were moving the ball, but Giannis was better. He got a better version of Giannis than what J Kidd had.
Yeah, Jason Kidd knew Giannis was nice with the ball in his hands. He was the first coach to play.
Yeah, he was.
Because that's all I'm 6'9" athletic, but I'm not going to give Jason Kidd credit for that. I mean, if even the basic basketball mind could have figured that out, we're practicing with this guy every day. But I feel like he humbled himself. He was like, okay, I can't do what I'm doing, whatever. Because when he was coaching, y'all saw what he did. When he was coaching in New York and coaching in with Milwaukee, he was ass as a coach. And Jason Kidd's one of Yak's favorite players ever. So
that's true too. That's true as well.
So he's not going to say anything, and that's why he's cracking up because he doesn't want to say it. Okay, Yak knows the damn game. He knows Jason Kidd was out there.
I think it's working because he's coaching someone like Luka. Like their games are very, very identical. So it's easy for him to work with Luka, and Luka's going to respect him because he's you know what I'm saying. So I feel like this is why this is working out. But sometimes, I mean, just because you're a great player, I mean, just because you're a great player don't mean you can be a great coach. I mean, that's already proven.
Who was the guy who Jason Kidd snaked the job from? Was it Lionel Hollins?
No, it was
Lawrence Frank.
It was Larry Drew. It was Larry Drew. It was Larry Drew. It was Larry Drew, I want to say.
I mean, one thing I didn't like is how they try to put up old Jason Kidd's business from like 10 years ago on him and stuff like that, so he couldn't get the job. I thought that was corny.
You know,
even though I'm not you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was corny. Even though I'm not the biggest Jason Kidd coaching, fan in the world, but that was corny how they try to bring that up so he couldn't get the Mavs job. I thought that was corny. So that's what made me root for him even more.
Jason Kidd had too many inside the organization not to get that job.
I mean, he did. He had connections. Sometimes it's not about what you know, it's who you know. We know that. That's why Steve Nash is the coach. That's why Steve Nash is the coach right now.
Mickey went to bat for him. Dirk went to bat for him. But let's get back on topic.
Speaking of coaching, let me ask you guys this: What do you think if like Mark Jackson would actually get the Kings job? Like,
he better not. He better not. Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson. There's another job you can get. No.
I mean, at the same time, they might not be. How long has it been since he coached?
4 years.
I feel you though because I don't want you to coach.
It's been longer than 4 years. It's been like 6. Yeah,
because that's a 2-year. That's a 2-year shelf life. They're gonna fire you and make it seem like it's your fault. The Kings have been ass since Chris Webber and them.
The Kings literally have 16 losing seasons consecutively.
I want him to stay. I want to hear you on TV because you bring more. I don't want you to coach the Kings for no reason. You're not going to turn them around. The Kings are.
He can come to LA.
I'd be happy that he got a job. It's one of those jobs like here.
He come to LA.
It's one of those type jobs.
I mean, you fired
to the Lakers.
They fired Dave Jogger or whatever. They fired him.
Jaeger,
whatever, for no reason. But I mean, that team still has talent. The Kings.
Jaeger went there from the Memphis Grizzlies too. He was a playoff coach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the Grizzlies, go to the Kings.
The Kings just need to be like they just need to blow up and just get rid of the organization and move them somewhere else. That's what they need to do. Just move them somewhere else.
If the Kings owner was the GM, he'd be fucking fired. So they need to take him out the league. He sucks. Get him out of there, bro. That's what they need to start doing to some of these owners.
Like bro, on my
competitive team, bro, get out.
Like on my 2K game, I won the championship with the Kings and I left the next year. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Or maybe Shaq should like start saying, getting his input to the franchise.
Yeah, I think he sold his stake in the Kings though.
I think he was still a minor.
Honestly, they should just take the Kings team and move them to Seattle. Bring the Supersonics back, or bring something.
They were going to do that before he bought them. Before he bought him, that was the plan. And Phil Jackson was going to be the GM of the whatever Seattle team it was. That was the rumor. That's why they had. That's what Sacramento was like fighting because their arena was trash. That's why the Malou sold it.
Or moving to Vegas. Give Vegas a basketball team. Get that money.
That's coming soon, though.
Yeah, we know that. We definitely know that. All right, so what other series we need to
wait? I was gonna say something about since
what other series?
Utah. We thought we could talk about how I'll talk about Utah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Rudy, who the hell does Rudy Gobert think he is talking about? It's either me or him at this stage. I understand there's some type of bad blood between them two, but Donovan Mitchell has to be the one.
Rudy says, first of all, Rudy said I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I can say what I want.
4-time.
The hell does he think he is?
4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
He's a first ballot.
One of the best international players ever. Is Donovan Mitchell one of the best American basketball?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Rudy Gobert is one of the best international players ever.
Because
Donovan Mitchell's best accomplishment is probably like All-Star.
I mean,
and to keep it a buck, if you take out all of the foreign players, Donovan Mitchell might be like a top 10, 15 American player. He might be a top 10 American player because you got to take out Giannis, you got to take out Jokic, you got to take out Embiid. Donovan Mitchell might be a top 10 American, but I digress.
I mean, you're saying foreign players. I mean, Rudy Fernandez was a top 4 player.
In that same vein, what if you could trade Jalen Brunson a first and something else and get Donovan Mitchell? How you think that Donovan Mitchell and Luka? Like, we can talk about Don and Luka would be kind of that.
You would just see to there will be no defense being played in the back.
Right, but I think you'd have to challenge Donovan Mitchell.
I don't think that's gonna work, yo. You
don't think so?
The only reason why I think it's not gonna work because I think Donovan Mitchell wants to be the focal part of the offense, and it's not gonna happen.
But I think Donovan Mitchell should know that if I'm the best player on the team, we're not gonna win anything. I think you should just know that, and I think if he's playing with Luka, I think they'd figure it out.
So who would you have take the most shots?
Luka, of course, because Luka's the top 5 player. But still, I
agree.
Luka's
I agree
smart
with
enough
that,
in his game that if Luka can play with Dinwiddie and Brunson at the same time, he can play with Donovan Mitchell. Maybe you have to move Dinwiddie along too with Brunson, but I'm just saying I think the two of them can play together for sure. I was thinking Luka needs a taller guy like that, but why not? Like if you could flip Donovan Mitchell to play with Luka, I think they could work it out.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. is not the answer. I think. Personally,
he's a good role player.
I think he's a
good role player. He's a good role player.
He's a bench player.
Yeah. Ideally, Luka would need somebody like a Paul George or something like that. But
I'm tired every year of seeing him playing this year, but every year I see Tim Hardaway Jr. play just jacking shots in the playoffs, bricks.
I'm good on that.
Every year. And he's
injured, right?
Yeah, he's injured.
I mean, he's been hurt
every year. I'm done with him.
Sure, he was jacking shots because he was trying to help Luka on offensive production, so there wasn't nobody else.
Like that.
He hit sometimes.
I mean, last year Cleveland couldn't hit. He couldn't hit nothing. Finney Smith was just bricking. I mean, it was literally just Luka scoring 40 to 50 points, 40 points against the Clippers.
Yeah, I think Luka's diva reputation will not want people to go over there and play with him.
No, and it's Luka Doncic.
It's Luka Doncic.
There's Luka Doncic.
You want to play with Luka and Jason Kidd as a coach.
Yeah, I don't even care who the coach is. I want to play with Luka.
You got to be real about it. Like, I think people don't really pay enough attention to Dallas. Like if you're a player, you should pay more attention to Dallas because if you go there, Cube's going to take care of you.
Right.
No, I agree.
I feel like a lot of players sleep on that fact.
Hold on, ain't there those income taxes in Dallas?
There's no income tax in Texas. No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's another reason why to go there. I'm just saying, throw that out there. And my Stephen A. voice.
Hold on now. There he is. What's up, baby? Best version of it. Hold on.
Hey, Rio.
So right now, before you joined, Ivan just said that he would rather Rudy Gobert on the team than Donovan Mitchell. Because I asked him how he felt about the Warriors being interested in Rudy Gobert. He said, I'd rather keep Rudy Gobert than Donovan.
We didn't even talk about the Warriors.
Huh? That's what
we're talking about. No, we're not. Vaughn is the worst liar ever, yo. He's the only thing Rudy gave to the league is COVID.
You can't hear us? Take the AirPods out and stop trying to be fancy, Rio. Okay?
No state income tax.
We can hear you.
I can't hear you right back.
I'll come right
for real,
back.
like Rudy should never touch the mics. To be honest,
We don't know if he actually gave Kobe. Donovan could have gave him Kobe.
Everything
We
went
don't know
downhill
that.
because
We
the-
don't know. We don't know.
Everything
Everything went
We don't
down in
know.
that press conference that day.
Every touchdown.
I mean, it was a bad look. It was a bad look.
The
because
whole
he made
world
fun
shut
of
the
it.
fuck down.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a horrible look because he touched the mics and made fun of it, and then literally like a day later he had to go.
It's
It was
crazy.
a bad look. It was a bad look, and their relationship's never been the same ever since.
Yo,
Never.
it's touching all the mic. That's hilarious. When you think about it,
I was
that is hilarious. When you look back at it, that's hilarious.
I mean, and that's bad. We all kind of make fun of it a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. It's hard. It was not
We
that big
thought
of a deal.
COVID was a joke until the NBA.
You know what
shut
I
down.
mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then, Rudy shut the whole sports league,
Yeah.
sports
That's
everything
like
down.
what
You know
NBA shut down.
That's
Schools
everything.
closed like the next week after that.
You know what I'm saying? It was sad. It was literally sad. It was sad. There was no sports on. We was watching Sports Center like it was the Super
No,
Bowl every
I
day.
was legit
Or
like,
first take.
watching old games on YouTube while it was crazy.
Yeah,
Reaching. I was
I was on my 8th Madden season. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
After the
we
fifth
went on
day,
Netflix, man.
ESPN was just like, yo, we don't really know what to talk about. Like,
Yeah. Yo. They pushed the last dance up. Like we need something.
That's it.
We need something.
That's it.
like they pushed that joint like 6 months. It felt like.
Yeah, like we need something. But what y'all think about the Warriors
So-
looking at him though? I mean, what y'all think about the the Warriors looking at Rudy Gobert? Like how
I
y'all
think
feel?
for what?
I think that might be cheating.
I think for what? Yeah.
Right.
He can do more than I mean, he can be like what Andrew Bogut was, but more mobile.
I mean,
I agree.
basically
I agree.
an expensive version of Kevon Looney.
I mean, you can shop. You can shop Wiseman if you do that.
I mean, Wiseman's gonna have to be in the deal because
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna shop Wiseman for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wiseman going to go to Utah and get
but
right.
I don't know if he can. I mean, I don't know how he can play extended minutes next to Draymond.
Yeah. I don't know how he fits there at all.
I mean, okay. I
You
wasn't thinking
have
about
to.
Draymond.
You have to play Steph, Clay, and Poole if you have those two. You have to.
Right.
Right.
And Draymond's gonna have to run the one,
Mhm.
and maybe involve.
Honestly,
and maybe
I'd
involve.
rather have
Rudy
Draymond
in those
guarding five.
spaces. No.
I'd
Huh?
rather have Draymond guard the 5 than Rudy.
Nah, I mean,
But then you have Rudy on the perimeter. Then, like,
no, you
On the
can't.
perimeter. You do what?
you're guarding stretch forwards. That's not going to work.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Ugh. Actually, now the more I think about it, I don't know if I like this now.
I mean,
The Warriors are smart, so I think they could clear up some of it, but I don't think Rudy Gobert.
I don't like Rudy, so I don't want him contaminating the Warriors.
It's like
I don't
would
think-
you-
I don't
Hold on. If you're getting Rudy Gobert, are you trading Draymond Green too?
That's what I was
No,
No.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You're not
Oh,
trading
no.
Draymond.
Absolutely.
You're not trading
No.
Draymond Green for
You-
Rudy
you
Gobert.
You're gonna trade Looney.
I don't-
You're gonna trade
I
Looney and
understand.
Wiseman.
Even though for basketball it makes a
Wiseman.
lot of sense. If Draymond hadn't put in so much that he already put into the Warriors and all that, I could see it just on the
I mean,
surface.
He
but
still
it's not Draymond.
makes an impact. He still makes an impact on the team because when he got injured and missed all that time, the Warriors weren't the same.
Exactly. So that
They weren't the same.
impact. Would Utah might want to value something like that in a trade, though? You know what I mean?
I think they'd rather Wiseman.
I think Utah will probably try to ask for him, but he ain't right.
No. If I'm Utah, I don't even want Draymond. How old is Draymond?
30.
You're saying if Utah is trading, Rudy Gobert for James Wiseman, then they might as well go ahead and trade Donovan
No,
Mitchell.
but I need more though. I need your first. I need something else. Maybe
You might as well
they
trade
get-
Donovan Mitchell too.
maybe-
They can get Looney.
I need
You
something
might as
else
well
too.
trade Donovan Mitchell and Conley then too. And just
Wait a
have-
minute. What did they include Jordan Poole?
No, Jordan. He's untouchable.
Jordan Poole's like he's a warrior.
He's untouchable. He's untouchable.
I'm just saying. You know they're gonna try it.
No, he's
They're
untouchable.
gonna try to ask for
He's
him.
untouchable.
They're moving Wiggins up. They're moving Wiggins.
It's gonna have to be Wiseman, maybe a pick and something. Wiseman a pick and something else.
Maybe you do a sign trade with Gary Payton as well because they can't afford
I
him.
don't want Gary
Oh.
Payton. He's almost 30.
Yeah, he's
I
out.
mean,
Hold on.
He's still
How old is Gary Payton?
He's like
He's my
28.
age.
He's 29.
He's almost. I don't want him.
Yeah, he like my age, bro.
I thought he was like 24. or
And why
something.
would you? Why would you want Draymond? I want Wiseman. I want the. I
Yeah,
want,
Gary.
The way
Gary
the
Payton our age.
is 'cause the defense. 'Cause
yeah, I
like
want Wiseman because he's no Draymond's old. Wiseman's young. He doesn't fit the Warriors' timeline because they don't have time to develop him. If I'm blowing the Jazz up, I have time to develop Wiseman. I'm going to take Wiseman. I don't want Draymond.
If I'm blowing the Jazz up and I can get James Wiseman back,
Yeah, I
I
got
have
all the,
more than enough time to
I
develop.
got all the time in the world, bro.
I got all the time in the world for him
You
to
need
come
his run
back and be like,
protection too,
I'm
Paul.
not rushing him. No play. If you see anything this decade from basketball and modern medicine and basketball, you see Joel Embiid. And the Sixers held out and waited for that man to come off the IR. You gotta hold out, and wait for some of these
Yeah.
dudes.
If I get Wiseman, I'm not trading Donovan
You
Mitchell.
get a big like that, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not trading Donovan Mitchell.
So
But if Donovan Mitchell going to want to stay there to wait for James Wiseman to catch up to him?
I
no,
mean,
he's not.
if Rudy
I don't think
Gobert is
so.
not there, he probably would love to stay there.
Honestly, I think if Donovan leaves, he's going to want to go to a team with either a better market or a better team. So
Yeah, I would still listen to offers for him depending on what I'm getting, but I'm about to get like 20 cents on the dollar for Donovan Mitchell if I get
Donovan
Wiseman.
Mitchell is going to listen to Miami. Donovan Mitchell is going to listen to New York.
You know what I'm saying? Like
If I can get like RJ
Barrett
Barrett and something else like that, okay, yeah, come on, we can reset this thing.
RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, RJ Barrett, maybe Mitchell Robinson, maybe in.
I feel like Mitchell Robinson was 3 years ago.
I'm like RJ Barrett, Wiseman, and something else, and I got some firsts coming up. Like I like that. If I'm trying to blow it up.
Happen as well.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to stay on Mike Conley because his deal is he's owed some money. I don't know how much longer his deal is, but he's owed
His
some
deal
money.
got to be like 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah. And you owe him a lot of money, and he looked like ass last series. Like it just
so
is what it is.
Since we're talking about Golden State in the Memphis series, how many games did they beat Memphis in?
6 or 7.
6.
I'm
4
going
or 5.
I'm going 5.
I'm going.
No, bro. I just feel like Memphis just got to make interest.
Golden State, literally no one played well. Draymond got ejected, and they still end up winning that game.
Can you hear us, baby?
Yes, I'm in there.
Good. Listen.
Golly.
No disrespect.
If Memphis is going to win a game, it's going to be next. I mean, tomorrow. I mean, what did they play tonight?
Tonight.
Yeah, they play
If
tonight.
they don't win the night, they're getting swept. That's what
I
it
agree.
is. If they
I
win the
agree.
night, they're losing in 5.
I agree.
It just is what it
The
is.
Warriors had their worst game. Draymond got ejected, had their worst game, and they still won the game and winning the game.
I mean,
So-
I got here at a
I'm
good
good.
time.
Warriors in 5 at
I
most.
got here at a good
I was
time.
talking like they
I'm
won
so
by
glad
like
I'm here at a
15
good time.
points. They won by 1 point.
I know, but I'm just saying they weren't supposed to win that game. Steph had a bad game.
And Draymond
Draymond
got ejected. For no
Jordan
reason.
Poole had to lead. Jordan Poole had to lead them to the promised land,
Like, come on now. Warriors might
and they
have
still
lost.
ended up winning.
You know
I mean,
what?
I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying on their worst night, they still end up winning the game.
Not-
Listen to me.
They're not gonna get swept.
Listen to me. Warriors are going to win tonight.
I said they win in 5. They'll
Warriors
win
are
in 5.
Warriors are going to sweep them. They're going to win tonight by at least 10.
They'll win in 5.
They're going to win by tonight by at least 10. They're going to sweep the Grizzlies.
Let me ask you
The
this:
fact that y'all think John Morant,
They're not playing. Like, if I'm in the Warriors locker room, we're not playing with them right now. We're not playing with
Go
them.
ahead. Go ahead.
Is
Go ahead,
Memphis
Rio,
better
and talk about how
than-
great John Moran is. Go ahead. Say how great
It's
John
not-
Moran is. Go ahead.
it's not even that, bro. It's just like the fact
Go
that you
ahead.
even think that a team built like the Grizzlies, right? What did they win? Like 12, 18-2 without Ja? Like, this is a real team, bro. And not only that, but Jaren Jackson is a dog. Bane can't be.
He finally had a good game.
He can't be.
Finally.
He can't be F with, bro. Let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck for real. Not only that, but Dylan Brooks, as I told y'all last week, he's that type of guy. What we saw in the last series, right? When we watched Memphis go up against, see, I already forgot who the hell they played against.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Man, they make adjustments. I talked about that. Y'all were saying Minnesota was going to eat them up. I got to give a lot of credit. So we talked about it, and we always cooking coaching. Memphis has coaching, and they have a team of guys that are not going to lay down, bro.
Minnesota.
And not only that, but if you look at them size-wise, honestly, stop. Don't even do that, bro. Honestly,
they did. Did they not?
Memphis is younger.
I ain't say
Memphis
nothing.
is younger.
They
Their
did.
players are taller. They're more athletic, and obviously we know what it is when it comes to shooting. Nobody runs off screens better than Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, right? But I'm gonna be real. They have the type of personnel that can
That's a
match
fact.
up and really give
That's
them
a
problems.
fact.
So I really feel like they just had a bad first game. They're gonna make adjustments. They have great tape. They got a lot of great tape now. And you take that tape and you go into the rest of the
So the
series,
Warriors. So the
and you
Warriors don't
keep
got
getting
tape.
better. They have great tape, man, and they have really good coaching. I'm not going to say their coaching is better than Steve Kerr because that's just a different pedigree. But I got to say they got qualified, really good coaching where I'm like, they could show them more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if this went 6 games. I'm going to be real. I won't be surprised if it goes 6 games. I still think the Warriors will win, but I think it's like to say he'll lay down. Remember, John knocked Steph out the play-in tournament. Was it 2 years ago?
He was by
So,
himself.
Ja's not afraid, is what I'm saying.
He was
bro.
by himself, though. You
It
can't
don't
believe
scare
him.
him.
Come on, bro.
They're not scared, and that's the point I'm making. It will go at least 6. Nobody's scared.
You
They're
don't
not
got to be
scared.
scared to still lose. You don't
You-
got to be
they're
scared to
not-
still lose,
bro.
though.
Trust me.
Jaren Jackson had 33 points.
Wilder wasn't scared of what's his name? Still got dropped.
Jaren, he had 33
Just saying, I'm
points.
just saying.
He will never in his life again get 33 points in this series.
Yeah, you're right though.
If he stay out of foul trouble, he just might.
You're right
Yo,
though.
he was coming down court hitting pull-up threes like he was
That
somebody special. That's never going
is
to happen again.
game.
That's not going to
That's
happen.
why he went number 4.
That's not going to happen again.
That's why he went
Like,
number 4.
If
that's
he's going
what
to
got
eat,
him
it's
here.
not because he's like, okay, I'm you going under the screen, I'm bucking the three. I'm coming up hitting cheat check threes. Jaren Jackson's not built like that. It's not going on like that again. Listen,
no, he's been doing this the whole playoffs. It's not like it
my-
just
no, he's
came out of
not in the
nowhere.
whole
He's
playoffs.
been-
He's been
Nah,
setting.
Jackson's been
He's not
struggling.
getting
records.
30, but
Jackson-
he's a
setting
real.
records
He's a
now.
real. He's a
Jackson's been
contributor,
struggling,
like a
bro.
real key
Every
contributor.
game-
He's
Jackson
not
been
like-
struggling, dog.
He's a
Listen,
contributor.
bro.
Rio, every
He's been
game I
setting
watch for
records for
Jaren Jackson,
fouls.
he's in foul trouble.
Dog, he's a hack
That's
box.
not a cat. That's not a
He's
lie.
a hack box.
Every time I check the Memphis box score, Jaren Jackson has 5 fouls with like 3 minutes left in the game. That's
No,
He
not
also makes the biggest play in every game.
Like
it seems
Rio,
Also,
Rio. You ever Rio?
He's
5
that hustle
fouls a
guy who does
game.
all the dirty work and makes the key plays, bro.
Real.
He's that-
No, this is
like, he
true.
reminds me of young Jeff Green.
In the
bro.
regular
He's a really
season-
good player. He's a really
In the
good
regular
player on
season,
the
yes,
team.
I think if he played more games, he could have been defensive player of the year for the regular season.
I agree.
But
I agree.
last
He's
series,
been-
he
he's
was
been a
averaging
hack
like
box.
5 fouls a game. It was
Dog, he's been like you ever been at
Yeah.
Southgate and you played one of the football players at Southgate? They're hacking.
And
the
it's like
whole time.
Jaren.
That's what he's been playing. He's
Stop.
been hacking, bro.
They're like dumb fouls. Like, you don't have to do this right now. It's
Like,
stop.
like some of the stuff you're looking at is just like why? Like why?
Every game, bro.
I agree.
I mean, you said that pretty much that nobody played well for Golden State besides Poole. I mean, do we really think that Dylan Brooks
I mean,
is going to have 8 points and that Baines had just 9 points?
That's what I'm saying, y'all.
Like, we
Like,
can't forget
don't
that.
get me wrong. What the Golden State Warriors were able to do was impressive.
You think
but
Steph
that's
Curry gonna have a
one
bad game again?
That's
But you
just
think
one
both those
game.
guys will
You
have
think
less-
you think Clay gonna have a slow game
both
again?
those guys will have
I
less
think-
than 10
Do-
points.
Do,
Go ahead,
do
Shane.
you think?
No, tell him, Shane.
Like, do you
Get-
think that both of these guys are going to have less than 10 points again in the series? Like, consistently? Those two
It's
guys?
possible.
No.
Sure, it's definitely
No.
possible. Yes, it is.
No.
I do like Desmond Bain though. I do like Desmond Bain's not going to shoot like that.
I
again.
think one
do
of
like
them
Desmond
might
Bane,
because
though.
if Wiggins is guarding one of them and Wiggins plays really, really good defense.
But not both, right? But
not both. Yeah,
both.
not both.
It's not gonna be both. No,
Both
I
not
like
both.
Desmond
No.
Bain. I like Desmond
No.
Bain, but I'm just
But
saying.
neither
Golden State
Clay's not going to
didn't
go
have a good
6
game
for
at all,
19,
bro.
and Steph's not
They
going to
still
go
end
8
up
for
pulling the
20.
game out.
Yeah,
again.
no, not at all.
And Draymond's not going to get
That's not-
ejected.
It's
No,
not
no.
going to happen.
I think they're
It's not
pissed
gonna
off that
happen.
Draymond. I think they're pissed that Draymond got ejected, so they're going to punish. I think they're going to dog the.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to be mad right now.
Me
don't
personally,
Not
say-
in Memphis.
me personally.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
They
Me
can
personally,
lose at Memphis.
Warriors.
They
I
lost
got
at
my
Memphis
eyes-
at
I got my
home
eyes
in
on
the
the
first
Suns,
series.
and we're not playing. We're not playing around.
And Minnesota blew me. I'm sorry. Pause. They did because they blew that series.
Denver can get
Yeah.
one.
They blew that series, man.
Yeah,
The
they
Grizzlies
did.
can get
If-
one game.
They blew the series. That's why I'm not really confident about
Grizzlies
like Memphis to me. I mean, granted,
I
I'm still
think-
gonna give them credit. They still won the series though, but I feel like they blew
Yeah.
that series.
But so what I would say is that I think the difference in a lot of those types of series is that like you look at a team like the Timberwolves, and I think yo, they need like a Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? They need a veteran who's like smart and knows how to put them in position and how to teach them how to play through the whistle competitively. Like they need a guy like that, a real vet. You know, that's what we talk about with Chris Paul. Like it's good to have the blend of both. And LeBron obviously missed that this year, but you got to have that blend of both because in times like
Really?
these, you want them young dogs to go out there and run their ass off, but you need some old dudes to be like, hey man, here's some tricks. Hey man, here's what you, because he can't quite get it off no more. Pause. You know, but see, it's hard to talk to y'all. Y'all do this every time.
I didn't
I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing.
Nothing. That was all you-
Bond face be making me be like,
I will raise my
oh, I
eyes, but
messed up.
hey, just keep talking. I'm gonna make some faces.
Yeah, true. But I just really feel like, man, you look at that and I'd be like, bro, to me, I think that the Grizzlies have a great blend of a lot of young players, but they have some key older players. I think Steven Adams, man, he's undervalued as far as him being a really good, smart, communicating center who plays good defense, man. He's not the leading blocker, but he's strong and he makes it difficult for people. So I think that you need a guy like that, man. He's a good rock for that team. He's got all these young guys running around.
So you're saying trade Cat?
No.
Not for Al Horford
No.
necessarily, but trade Cat.
No, I would get maybe
Build
a
around
power
Anthony Edwards
forward.
to see what you can get from Cat. What do y'all say about that?
I don't know. I would get a smart power forward, maybe like a Gallinari type guy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can really be good and teach them and still contribute, but teach them how to win. I think
don't know if I'm looking at Gallinari.
To be honest, Cat might have to go because they're going to give the keys to Anthony Edwards.
Oh
They're
no,
giving him
he's
the
gonna
keys.
stay there and he's just gonna
They're
hop in
giving
the
him-
passenger. He needs to stay.
My bad. The
He's
keys,
a good
the keys
player.
is
He's a
given.
really
The
good player.
the keys are already
Yeah,
given.
They haven't given them yet, but they're going to.
No, those
This
keys
is
are given
18.
now.
This is
Those
18.
keys, this Anthony.
We know that, but I don't know if they gave it to him yet. Based
No.
on what I'm watching, they haven't
After the
given it to him
playoffs,
yet.
After the playoffs, like I'm sorry, they had to give him the keys.
So
like,
let's see if we
got
can
to.
get the Cat then.
We're talking
Listen.
about Cat, and we're talking
Listen.
about Anthony Edwards, but we're not talking about D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. It's a
He
given.
has
He's
to
gone.
go.
He's gone. No, he's gone. He's
Nah,
gone.
D'Angelo Russell's.
oh, we don't care about him.
He's
We
gone.
don't care about him.
He's
been
gone.
Who they going?
He's been loaded since Ohio
They're
State.
flipping him as soon as they can.
Russell,
Who are they trading him for?
Whoever they can get for
That's
him.
not going to happen. That's not
Russell
going to happen.
Whoever I can get.
That's not going to happen.
He said
Whoever I
Russell
get to
Wilson.
make the money
Wilson.
work.
No, he said
Far
a rush
away.
for D'Angelo. That's not going to happen.
Would you say he's been loading for 7 years, Paul?
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
what
say he's been. I said since Ohio State.
Stop.
Yeah, since Ohio State. Since
Yeah.
Ohio State, bro.
he's gone.
Ever since he hit that buzzer beater in the summer, he been loading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he had ice in his veins, That's the last time.
One,
That's the last time I
season
seen
with
ice
the
in his
Nets
veins.
when they was letting him run 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about
Yeah,
it.
I do remember that when he averaged like what 21.
He's eating pick and rolls.
He was.
He actually annoys me how he plays. I just don't know why. I hate how he plays, bro.
It-
I don't know why.
it's-
It's
He
just
needs to
frustrating.
be
I don't know why. Yes.
He needs to be on his own team. He's
Yes.
He plays like
He's
an
just-
old man on a young man's body. Like he
It's
has
just-
so
it's
much
just,
pace. He has
I
so
don't
much pace
know.
and just
He has
calmness
so
to
much
his game.
talent, but they just do like stupid stuff.
Yeah,
Like, sometimes I'll be like, yo, take it to the cup.
He's like on his own team that's competitive, and that's about it. He need to be on the
He
team.
plays. He plays like he wants to. He's pass first, but he's not. That's how he plays. He plays like he's pass first, but he's not.
Chill
Yeah.
on us.
He's annoying, yo. I hate how he plays.
This is true. Let's freak it to the east now. The Rio's here.
Yes.
Let's get
the
it.
Sixers.
Hold on. Before we get to the Heat. Before we get there. What? Oh my.
The AI.
As long as
jersey.
we in the
My bad.
playoffs,
My
Listen,
bad. My
you
bad.
cannot
As long as
we
disrespect
in
the
AI
playoffs.
right now.
Okay.
we're gonna be here.
I do like
Let's
the
talk.
old school AI jersey. But anyways, before we
talk.
get to the Heat, I just
And
want to
it's
say
an
this
authentic,
before,
too. It's
before,
an
before we
authentic,
get to the
too.
Heat, because I'm off the
It's
Sixers
really
bandwagon now,
sick.
officially after the first series. But I just wanted to say, where was all this finals experience at home?
You do
Where was
know
it
that.
at?
You do know that Fred Van
Where was
Vliet
it at?
didn't play the last.
Well, I don't care. He didn't eat his Wheaties. I don't care. He didn't
Hurt.
eat his Wheaties. He should have played. So what?
And you do know that I said
And
that in game-
Embiid was hurt.
you know I
Embiid
said
was
that
hurt. He
in the
still
game
played.
7, which didn't
Embiid was
happen.
hurt.
Yep.
Embiid head all messed up. Finger
His
all messed
finger.
up.
Are you comparing his finger to what Fred Van Vliet was hurt with right
I
now?
don't care. All here's excuses, Vaughn.
Embiid took a trip to the Yank Bank and was trying to not play. Okay,
It
it's all
don't,
good.
but he played. But guess what? He played regardless
It's
of
a
what he
finger.
did.
And he played
He-
well.
Regardless,
It don't matter.
if
It
they
don't
should
matter.
have went 6 when you're up 3-0.
James
you gotta
Harden
sweep.
played well.
We're not
What happened to
spending-
that
we're not-
finals experience?
we're
Where
not
was it
spending any
at?
ti- We're not spending.
Where
any
was
time
it
on
at?
The Sixers.
Where was it at?
We're not spending any time on this.
I just had to
I
say
mean, I
that
think
real
we should
quickly.
call a spade a spade. You guys were very adamant about the Raptors whooping our asses, and I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
They
listen.
were.
It was
They
great to
were.
see.
They were.
It was
I said
great to
Raptors
see
Raptors
James
7, I
Harden
was wrong.
actually show up, and I appreciate seeing James Harden actually come to play basketball. That was the first time
But
since the trade that I looked and was like,
And what did he do? What did he do on
pretty
Sunday?
good.
I
Now,
mean,
okay. Now hold on. Now I'm off the
No.
Sixers bandwagon. Now I'm off the
No.
Sixers bandwagon. I'm going.
I'm not necessarily off.
going.
based
I
on
had
what
to make.
saw.
I got to at
I'm
least
gone.
recognize that part, but I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I have to recognize that
Yeah.
part. We
Yeah.
hadn't
I
talked
just
since
had
the
to-
last time, and this happened
Yeah.
in sequence.
Yeah.
I got to talk
Yeah,
about it.
I was
have to
wrong.
talk about it.
But
No,
I
no.
was wrong.
I had to
We
bring
can
it up
get
because
current.
Rio, when you were on the episode that day, I was the only one that was going for
But
the Sixers. And
I'm
stuff like
still
that,
not
so.
wrong by rather trusting Pascal
Right.
Siakam and Fred VanVleet over James Harden. That wasn't
No,
wrong.
I hope we don't trust James Harden still winning the.
Yeah.
I said I
was-
trusted. I said I trust him enough to beat Toronto.
No,
I'm done
that's-
after
No,
that.
that's not-
Fred
I'm done after that.
That's
VanVleet?
not what the
That's
competition
exactly-
was.
That's exactly
Don't
what I
get me
said.
wrong, man. I've
That's
made a lot
exactly
of
what I
ridiculous
said.
statements.
I said
But
to
that's
beat
up there
Toronto.
with the. That has to be up there with the De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul, bro. You
What?
can't compare them two, bro.
I'd rather
People
trust
compare
Pascal
Fred
Siakam
VanVleet?
and VanVleet over Harden in the playoffs. Yes.
How? He's at home.
Okay, Rio, wait. Would you rather have Van Vliet and
Here we go.
Siakam right now?
Here
or
we
would you
go.
rather have
Here we
Harden?
go. Here we go. Who's at home?
Wait. You said 2 players as opposed to 1. I would rather.
That's what the
Siakam
conversation
and Van
was.
Vliet,
That's the
of course.
conversation. That's what the conversation was.
But no,
Because-
you have
because
to
of their
include
champion-
Embiid because Embiid is part of that.
No.
How
No,
can you
because
not
I was talking about
include
that.
him?
No, and I was saying, of course, Embiid's head and shoulders above them. But I'm saying it's like, as far as their because of their championship experience, I'm trusting them over James Harden. Like, that's what the conversation was.
I'm fine with that. I'm fair. I'm fine with that. I'm not.
That's what
gonna
we're talking
disagree with
about.
that.
But the only
Yeah,
thing
I'm
I
not
was
gonna
wrong about was
disagree
the
with
Raptors winning the series. I have no problem saying I was clearly wrong, but I'm still going to take Fred Van Vliet and
I mean,
Okay,
that's opinion.
singular,
That's
I'm-
an opinion. That's an opinion. So I have
if
my
that's
opinion. You
the
have your
phase-
opinion. That's
that.
fine.
If we're talking about experience and who
That's an
has more
opinion.
pedigree, I'm not mad at you saying that those 2 have pedigree because they've been to the mountaintop and they actually did it. And like we just talked about, they were key contributors. It's not like they rode the bench and they were bus drivers. And as Chuck would say on the TNT shit, they were
bus
driving
drivers.
the bus. They was all
No, they-
driving the bus.
Who?
So-
How often drive the bus? Rio's one seat.
listen.
There's
I mean,
only
no.
one bus driver?
No.
There's only one. Kawhi was
Hey,
driving
man.
the bus.
Kawhi was cooking.
It was bus
But
monitors,
Kawhi
man.
needed Pascal
Okay, I'll take-
Siakam,
I'll
bro.
take- I'll
He
take
needed
Bus
Kyle
Monitor.
Lowry. They needed Fred
Okay.
Van Vliet
But
off the
who was
bench,
the
man. That was a
driver?
real team
Who
effort. They
drove?
contributed.
Who drove the bus? Who drove it?
Of course,
who drove the
Kawhi.
bus?
I'm not saying he
Okay,
didn't
okay.
drive it, but I
Okay.
think there was multiple people driving for that. I mean, Kawhi
No,
didn't even
no,
play the whole
no.
time. He played no back-to-backs. He played less than 60 games, his knees, and he was being weird.
I'm
even
talking about in the
playoffs.
postseason. In the postseason.
Kawhi was the best
That's what
player,
matters.
but he wasn't by himself, is all we're saying.
Okay,
Thank
we
you.
can say that about every championship team. Of course, who wins the championship by themselves?
We can't say that about Harden because he chokes in the playoffs every year.
Okay, we ain't seen. When Toronto has Toronto been back to the final since?
They
Y'all
Have
are
they
making
been
my
close?
points before
Have
I
they
get
been
there.
close?
I like it.
Have
I like
they
it.
been
Y'all are
close?
making my points before I
Have
get
they
there,
been
but I like
close?
it.
Go
Have they
ahead.
been back?
Go ahead, Rio.
You know
Have
what?
they, have they choked though?
No,
They
it's too
don't,
early.
they
for
don't
that.
even get an opportunity to choke because they haven't done nothing.
Have they choked?
They haven't done nothing. They've
There's
done
a difference
nothing.
between not getting
They've
there
done
and there's a difference
nothing.
between choking.
They can't even get close to getting back.
Harden is a gagger.
They can't even get there because they.
Gagger.
Whoa. Okay.
Go ahead,
Let's
Rio.
move on to the Heat. Let's
Thank
move on.
you.
Let's move
Vaughn,
on.
no, Vaughn. Because Vaughn made it awkward.
Let's
Vaughn made
rewind.
it awkward
Hey,
just now.
Vaughn, don't you
Vaughn made
ever
it awkward.
transition to real talk
No.
after gagging.
I
Don't
just
you
said that. I
transition
said
me
that to
like
kill the
bro.
conversation. I said that
Don't
on purpose.
transition conversations
worked-
to
it
me
worked.
like that.
It
I
definitely
said to
worked.
kill the conversation.
It definitely worked. It worked. It worked very well. It did.
Thank you.
No, no, no
What
transition.
how y'all about to
That's-
act, Rio? Okay, how y'all about to act?
Nah. So, yeah. Shane, I can't even follow that.
Let's hear the please. Let's hear some
Did you
please.
guys win a game?
Let's hear some please, Rio.
Or
Oh, my.
two? Can you hold off until Embiid comes back? Can you win a game? I don't know. What do you
Oh,
think?
I mean, I'm gonna call a spade, man. I don't expect to win any games in Miami. I thought that what I saw in the first game, you normally, and I tried to be honest with myself, right? We talked about this, bro. I haven't felt the excitement around seeing James Harden since he's been in Philly.
Mhm.
He just hasn't looked like himself. And even though the first 2 games were cool, it was the Knicks, and those were gimmies, and they were nice entertainers just to kind of show us and highlight. And it was like the All-Star game again for us, right? It was nice. It was nice leading into it. But since then, it's been a really real story, and we haven't seen Harden be Harden. And I'm even still having doubts to this day. Is like, his game, is it built for the new rules? I don't think his game is built for the new rules. He looks like now that he got a lot of influx from some of those things that worked before. Now in the playoffs, it's showing more than ever. They don't call him. And they didn't call him versus the Raptors. They're not calling him versus the Heat. And now that Embiid is not playing, it's even more intensified. And the sad part is that instead of just doing all this for fouls, I would love to see him play through. Just play through and try to make a layup. Play through and try to go for the and one and really go for the shot. I think that'll be the difference. If he can figure that out, and I kind of love the fact that he's against the wall. It's the playoffs. It ain't the regular season. You can't take the break. I'm sure he wants to have a seat and chill out. He got to show it up. And Embiid is not playing. So he won his 250. He got to at least show us that he can give us 30 or something. And we know he ain't the same player. And I said that we watching a different player at this point, and I respect it. But you still got to be way more effective. This team has to look way more potent when you're in the game, and it can't be stop and goes where you're turning the ball over 10 to 15 times a game. It worked in Houston, but the situation's too big here. You got to be more. You got to show that you're growing with your basketball IQ, and you're becoming a smart and more and a better dynamic player, because you're not the same guy before. You're not here for athleticism. Now you need to be here for this and make the whole team better. So until I see that, I don't know what to expect. I love what I saw from Tobias. I think he can be even more aggressive. I told y'all in the chat, Tobias need to go for 40. He was the only one hitting. So, and Maxey, now it's his time. I thought the Heat did a great job being physical, man. And in the offseason, I'm going to really enjoy, not saying it's over because it ain't over. I'm just really going to enjoy seeing Maxey go out and put the work in and get stronger. I think that's going to make him so much better next year and the years coming in the future. So I'm excited for what I see can happen. And just to keep it a buck, if Embiid comes back, he might come back game 4. By then, we might be in a hole for 0-3 at that point. And if we get one, great, but it might be a gentleman's sweep, or it might be over in 5 or 6. I just can't see with the way the situation's going. I can't see it's going further than this round, but I would love us to. If it happens, it's the ultimate King of Africa story. The ultimate King of Africa
unfortunately,
story.
Embiid's not from Africa. He's from France now.
No, stop. Don't you ever. That man is from Cameroon.
Hey,
that man is from Cameroon.
He abandoned his country because he want to play for France.
Man said he plays for Team France now.
Yeah, he not from Cameroon, sir.
No, that man is from Cameroon.
No,
just like they want to say Yanni, is the Greek freak. That man is Nigerian.
Nigerian. No, he's not. He's from Greek. No,
Nigeria.
He's from Greece. No, he actually
that man is Nigerian.
He is actually from Greece. We know he's Nigerian. But he's from where he grew up at.
Can I tell y'all my King of Africa preface real quick? This is a cool. I think y'all might bang with this. Can I give y'all the story real quick?
How long is it?
Take 2 seconds. Won't take long at all. Just something I came up with. Just listen for 2 seconds. All right. So check me out. I said, man, this would be the ultimate King of Africa tournament, right? Joel Embiid goes up against Pascal Siakam first. They both from Cameroon. They both brothers. They grew up in the same country. They battled it out. Now they playing for the status of growing through the capital. The next round, you got to play against Bam Adebayo. That's an African dude too. Another dude, you got to go head-to-head match up. You stacking up. Now you got to go through the American version of Africa. So you got like the Killmonger. That's Bam Adebayo. Now you get to the king round. You got to play Giannis for the Eastern Conference Finals. I said, oh, this is the ultimate King of Africa ascension. My man will beat out the best of the best, go through the race and get to the finals. And then from there, he could be the king of the mountain. I just thought it was a dope story. That's what I've been thinking. I was like, if Embiid can come back, it's the ultimate King of Africa tournament.
Unfortunately, he's not the King of Africa anymore. He's not even the King of France because Rudy Gobert has more accomplishments than
France.
Rudy Gobert,
he definitely does.
Better French basketball player.
He was the most decorated French players in history.
Actually, I think all right. So I hope you can sleep well on that tonight, Rio, knowing that Joel Embiid is not your King of Africa tournament anymore. Now he's a French national.
He's a French man. He's French.
He's trying to cheat the system.
He's trying to cheat.
I do not recognize these
Rio.
people.
I'm actually disappointed, Rio. I'm disappointed. I wanted to hear more optimism. I'm saying.
Listen, I can bring the optimism. I hate to say this, but I think if
he's
Embiid
playing with a
comes
broken
back,
finger and an orbital fracture, bro.
I think if Embiid comes back in Game 3, I think the Sixers have a chance. Based off what I saw just yesterday, I don't want to overreact, but they didn't look too bad yesterday.
To be honest, I feel like a problem is Harden's not shooting the ball. This is the lowest he's ever shot attempt in his career. 13.
Well, it's because he can't get open.
He can't shoot 30.
He can't get open.
He can't shoot himself. He literally can't shoot himself out of like a cold night anymore.
So you know what I was thinking too as I was watching this.
But you don't think he should try to be more aggressive?
Yeah, absolutely.
He needs to be, of course.
You know what I'm saying? 13 shots ain't gonna get it done.
But he also should stop controlling the ball so much. He needs to let the ball flow. He holds the ball way too long, man. You don't have to do that on this team. This ain't Houston, bro.
Unfortunately, you're not.
I'm not going to say he doesn't need to hold the ball as much because even still at this age of his career, the self he is now, he's still like a very, very good playmaker.
Honestly, he's one of the best. Like facilitate, he's one of the best in basketball.
He needs to go back to trying to score more because he's just like point guard James now. Like
I want to
change the Jason
like
Kidd.
the Warriors type of offense where the ball flows and he's a playmaker to make the ball flow and help make adjustments and just to keep the pace up. You know what I'm saying? To be smart in that way. Like I would love to see him play more like a Draymond Green at this point. Not saying that like Draymond's games, like, but his passing ability is just like, he's second to none, bro. But he plays within the offense. The ball comes through him, but it goes right back out. You know what I'm saying? He don't hold the ball and dribble it, and the ball moves. The ball flows through the offense.
But Golden State system is way different from what
y'all need more Houston James at this point now. Like y'all need
if y'all want to win game 2, y'all need Houston James to come back from the dead.
Y'all need
19 to 20 shot attempts. I'm talking about just straight real. If y'all want a chance to win game 2, he has to come alive.
He can't do it because he's too tired to do that. And by the time you get to the fourth quarter, there's no way even remotely he's going to be able to put that kind of energy
confident.
out.
I'm not
not doing it because he can't,
but
bro.
that's the only.
He
need to do something. He need to take I don't know if he had to do some deer antler spray or take whatever Hopkins had, but he need to do something. He need to do something. He need to take whatever Hopkins had. He need to do something.
He need to do something. Who can help the Sixers right now? Korkmaz. I mean, remember the beginning of the year, we thought he was.
Furkan Ginobili?
Yeah.
No. I watched the end of that game, and he goes out there and he starts hooping, layup, scoop, three.
I don't ever want to hear you say his name.
But you got to understand, if you've been watching his development from the time he got drafted, he's not even supposed to be in the league still, right? But he's gotten better every year to the point where I was like, wow, he's earning more minutes. This is the first year that I've seen him go backwards in his development. To this point, he's always gotten better shooting percentage. He's always gotten more minutes. He's been getting better defensively. I don't know what the hell happened.
They can use Ginobili right now. Man, they can use Ginobili.
I mean, they really could use his playmaking. I hope he gets more burn, man. They need his playmaking and his shooting ability.
They can put the phone and call Ginobili, and he'll give them more than Korkmaz.
No, I ain't going that far. I mean, shout out to Ginobili though. You was a monster, bro.
With your hand
and shit.
And then the Bucks got clapped, by the way.
Oh,
the Bucks got clapped.
This is a series.
Got clapped because everybody was overreacting game 1, saying it was over with.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's run it back, right? Because we didn't get to start the series off. Last series we were aware the Celtics and the Nets still. We were talking about that. And then but I was about to say, y'all didn't see this kind of happening? I think that y'all had to see this from the first game and realize, like, even though they got beat, they didn't get – well, no, they did get smacked down.
I mean, they played all right in the beginning of the game, and then
I just trust them. I trust the Celtics, man. I don't know why. I just trust the Celtics. Although I was scared hearing Marcus Smart went out today. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, that might hurt them.
I definitely thought it was gonna be a 2-0 series.
I mean, Giannis had 28 and 9. I mean, if I'm the Celtics, I'll live with that.
I mean, he was 11 for 27.
Who was 11 for 27?
Giannis.
Yeah,
that's super inefficient for him.
He was scoring those. I'm already up 20. We're playing lackadaisical defense type buckets. Like he was scoring those garbage time.
So buckets. It was garbage time buckets. So pretty much, we haven't seen Giannis yet.
We haven't because the Celtics played great defense, which is what I was trying to say. Even though last game he had a triple-double, he was like 9 for 25.
Yeah.
It just affected the game on different ends. But they're going to make it tough for him because they play great defense is what I was trying to say.
They're going to make the other players.
When y'all were trying to give the Celtics defense any credit last week, you see what they're doing to a different type of player? The same type of thing?
What?
9 for 25, 11 for 27. It's just Giannis is affecting the game in other ways other than his offense. You see how they're making him struggle, and he takes shots.
I said without Middleton, I don't think they can win the series without Middleton.
I said the same thing. It's just that they're gonna need like an out of body experience from Giannis. It's just the game.
You don't think so, for real?
Huh?
I think without Middleton,
I think Drew Holiday's enough, man.
No.
Yeah, I think Drew Holiday's enough, man.
No,
Because
Drew
Giannis,
Holiday-
to me, Giannis is like LeBron. He's two players. He's two superstars in one. I think you're fine. Like I think he's one of the few
No.
players I look at him as like, yo, you're two superstars in one,
Off-
bro. Like you get it.
offensively, when
Him,
offensively,
KD,
when Middleton's,
those
on,
three,
when
I'm
Middleton's
like-
on the court, when Middleton's on the court, it makes Drew Holiday offensively better. Like makes his job a lot more easier. He's the third option.
And also, Middleton can create for himself off the bounce.
That too.
So, I mean, that's another shot that you can't. You don't. Giannis doesn't have to create somebody else.
Yeah.
Drew
Yeah,
Holiday-
that's a second scorer that can get his own bucket, and that's
Exactly.
another perimeter,
And
and
Giannis
that's another
can get
perimeter
and
defender
he-
that they're missing.
And he,
too.
and he
Yeah.
can get Giannis easy buckets and just allow Giannis to cut down to the basket, which allows him to save like energy for defense and other parts of the game. I mean, without Middleton, he just got to do so much more.
He's gone the whole series,
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
Unless he
and I hate Boston. I don't want them to win, but I don't think they can do it without Middleton. I hate Boston.
Chris Middleton once had the richest contract in NBA history. Am I lying?
It was kind of like last game too. Like Boston wasn't going to miss that many threes. It was kind of like too. Boston just relied so much on the three ball like last game. I think they were saying that this was like the least amount of 2-point shots that they took throughout the entire history of the Boston Celtics that they took in a game.
And
Oh,
Jalen
yes,
Brown
he's
and Tatum
right,
and Jalen Brown and Tatum were hooping. Both of them were hooping.
Emmett make them run.
What's
And you know what I'm saying?
Tatum was hooping today. I mean, when I watched, it was.
I mean, Tatum came back because he shot from 3, 5 for 10.
He shot 50% from the
What do you
field.
He
finished
shot
with?
50%. He finished with 29.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and then Brown had 30.
Yeah,
He was
Grant-
getting
Grant
some
Williams
garbage
gave him
stuff, too, then.
21. They got 21 from Grant Williams. He hit.
Oh yeah, Grant Williams was in threes, and he was
Oh,
playing
yeah.
defense.
Hey,
He played
man.
defense all playoffs.
Yeah,
Hey, yo, he looks like LeVar Ball to me. And I see him out there, I just be thinking of him playing defense, like never lost. And he just looks like LeVar Ball to me, bro. I don't know. He just does.
LeVar
I
Ball.
ain't mad at. I'm still gonna rock with the
I
Celtics.
can see. He kind of looks like Avery to me.
I'm still going.
Avery Bradley.
Giannis is Giannis. He's one of the best players ever. He can still win a series by himself if he needs to. It's
I mean,
surprising.
Giannis going to make them work. It's
think
not going to
Giannis
be easy at all for the Celtics. It's not going to be easy at all for the Celtics.
I think they're gonna make
one.
Giannis work, and it's not gonna be easy for Giannis.
Yeah,
I think that's
Without
what
Chris Middleton there, I'm making Giannis work.
they're making him work.
you got to. And Giannis is really going to have to depend on other players from the Bucks to step up every single night.
Bobby
Yeah.
Portis.
Bobby Portis going to step up every single night.
Bobby Portis.
Allen, Grayson Allen.
He wants
You
to
have to depend on great-
anyway.
You have to depend on Grayson Allen.
He's a home floor player. When he plays at home, he's going to play way better. He's going to give you 25 at home. Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis will.
At
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
he's going to show up and give you 25. Like, he at least one of the games out of the series. Like he a great home player. He's a
If
great
I'm
home
Boston, I'm not letting them play that Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis, Giannis lineup together. You're not having three bigs on the court when you're playing. We're running.
Come on, man.
They're going
That's
to run them. You
the
got to
big-
run them.
player. I mean,
You
Giannis
gotta
can run
run
too.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, because they were
Giannis
eating
is the only
game one.
one.
They were
Giannis is the only
clogging the
one.
paint,
Bobby,
stopping
is
everything.
Portis
You
going to run all
can't
game?
get away
Told
with
you,
Portis
that.
he's
not
two
running all
players
game.
in
That's
one,
crazy
bro.
you can do that too because Bobby Portis can
Portis,
shoot.
Portis
and
cannot run all
can shoot.
game, bro.
Yeah, you
Giannis
can't.
He
will
runs all
literally
game.
go. Giannis will literally block the shot, run the fast break.
Giannis
throw it up
can-
to
no,
himself,
Giannis-
dunk it.
Giannis is one of the best athletes in basketball. We know he can run. I'm talking about the rest of the team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
That's
what
by
I'm talking
himself.
I'm running Brook Lopez. I told you, I'm running. Any
I thought-
big, any unathletic big in the league, I'm running them if I'm looking.
Anytime I see Brook Lopez step on the court, it's
I'm
a track
running
meet.
Brook Lopez
It's a track meet.
every time down court. I'm attacking Brook Lopez. I'm going, yo. You got to take him out
Anytime
the
I
game. I'm attacking him every time.
Anytime I see number 11 step on that court, it's a track meet. Period.
I think what happened too is that Boston. I think the first game they got shell shocked. Like they tried to play. They played physical at
Shell-shocked.
first like quarter, and then after Milwaukee turned up the pressure on defense and stuff, they weren't used to that. Like because we all know Brooklyn don't play defense.
No,
And then one of them say they didn't realize how strong Giannis. How you just now realize how that was a stupid
I
response.
don't play him 3 or 4 times a year. Like,
No, I'm saying, and then when they got to this game, like if you watched this
But you
game,
know Giannis is not weak.
Boston was very physical this game. Like we didn't see that last game. Like they got punched in the
Nah,
mouth.
yeah.
And it was like there was no reaction after that.
I like the refs are letting them play.
So what are
I
we
do like that
saying?
at least.
What are we saying? The series. I'm gonna go Boston 6.
Ooh,
I say Boston 7.
I can't go against the champion, bro. He's the champ for a reason, and it's not like he's getting worse.
I
He's
want
getting better
Boston. I want
So what we
Boston.
I'm going
saying?
Yanni, bro.
I want.
I'm going
I want.
Milwaukee.
I mean,
I want.
Boston's
I,
How many?
I want Boston. I want Boston to lose in 5, but I believe. I mean, I want Boston to lose in 5, but I believe Boston will win the series without Middleton. So I'll say they'll in 7.
I'm gonna
Talk to me.
say
How many?
Bucks
You got
seven.
Bucks and how many? Bucks and 7.
7.
Talk to me,
Yeah,
bruv.
I'm gonna go with that.
What you saying,
Who me?
who me?
bruv? Come on, bruv. What you saying?
Who me?
Oh,
You know who I'm talking to, innit?
oh, you talking to Yak?
I'm going Celtics to 6, bro.
It's calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost
hate
the first one
Boston.
at home.
I hate Boston.
They
so
got-
I-
they
I
gotta
should
have a
lose.
heck of
I want
a-
them to lose.
Jaylen Brown, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
see
want
them,
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you see them
Boston,
new
yeah.
trainers they got.
the Ute. They're out there balling. Yeah, I got them going to the finals, innit? They're gonna beat Miami. They're gonna beat Miami, bruv.
Nah, bro.
All right, let's
You need Miami Mafia to take him out.
Hey, let's switch on to the NFL now. We gotta do a little draft talk, a little bit.
Bit.
So, what are your thoughts on the draft? I mean, some guy named AJ Brown went to the Eagles.
To quote a wise man, young, I love it. It was beautiful. We had a great draft because getting AJ Brown counts in the draft. Yeah, it counts in the draft. So you traded the 18th pick for him. So I love it. Got AJ Brown, got another toy for Jalen Hurts to play with out there. A legitimate number 1 receiver. I think Devontae.
Can he get them the ball?
Look, is going to take another step up. Even though I know his weak spot is throwing the football. I'm not expecting to be Peyton Manning. But I think having Jalen Brown. I think having AJ Brown helps. I think he'll take a step up. I think he'll take a step up. I love our draft. And we got Jordan Davis, which I didn't like at the time. But once we got AJ Brown, I loved it even more because you guys were raving about him. And then I think getting the Kobe.
How you didn't like Jordan Davis?
Because he's an people know.
No, I didn't like the player. I didn't like the position. I didn't like the position.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's Fletcher.
He's there.
Hey, he's gonna be Fletcher. He's gonna be Fletcher Cox's replacement.
That's fine.
That's
but
what he's there for.
as an
That's what he's
Eagles
there.
fan that doesn't watch college football, I'm thinking the positions that we absolutely need. You know what I mean? Then we drafted defensive tackle. I'm like,
I mean, he was probably what, like top.
no, I had to do my homework though. Once you guys talked me into it, and then we got AJ Brown to my homework, I was okay with it. But I didn't want that at the time, but I love it now. And then the Kobe Dean could be a steal if he's okay with his medicals and all that, and he gets everything right. Maybe not this year, but he could be a steal. And I'm okay if he's not going to be a steal. We drafted him in the 3rd round, so I love our draft. That's what I'm here to talk about. Rio, I know you were excited about AJ Brown. We're going to pass it to Rio right now because we're going to stay on the Eagles right now before you scrubs talk. I felt great, Rio. How did you feel about this? We got AJ Brown.
I ain't gonna lie, I felt phenomenal, bro. When you first had put that shit up, and we were talking about it, and we're just like, yo, what the fuck? I don't think it really registered to me that like we actually had AJ Brown. In my mind, I'm just thinking like, oh, we drafted. I was like, hold on, is this the Tennessee Titans? AJ, hold on, you traded for him?
Arthur
We didn't draft
Warren.
this guy? And I was confused at first, and I looked at it, I was like, yo, what the? Now, mind you, he has had some injury problems, but he's young. He's super talented. We locked him in for 4 years. I think I read that correctly.
Mhm.
I like it, especially considering that him and Jalen are really good friends, apparently. I had no clue of that. They're best friends. And I think that's a great situation. And it shows me that the Eagles are really buying into Jalen Hurts, bro, which I love. If you're going to have him as your guy, lean in. Like, lean into this position and really try to help him and see what you can do. So I like that they went out and got a guy that he's familiar with.
Why is
Trust,
Yak raising his
he
hand
really
like
wants
this?
to like see and grow. But honestly,
Why Yak raising his
yeah,
hand like you're in
I'm
class?
almost done. Yeah. Honestly, I really wish we had some more help on the DBs. I don't know what the hell we still don't invest in the DBs. I don't understand this shit. But our
I
front
know y'all
eight
got
that
big
we
play
fired-
Slay.
Hey man, we draft. I mean, of course, but he needs help. He needs help. We said that all year. He needed help. So-
I know. I know.
But we did draft. We're gonna have an amazing front 8 because we drafted some linebackers and we got obviously our D tackle. Good so far, man. I love the investment into the team, and not only that, but we still have a future because we still have those other picks we traded for. So
We got 2
Looking
firsts
good.
next year coming up too. It's lovely.
yeah, looking good, man. It's beautiful.
And to play devil's advocate, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to hate on another young black man. I just want to see him get his shine. I just want to see him get his thing. Just want to see him do his thing. But
I'll play devil's advocate.
it's always good to have a Pro Bowl receiver in your midst in case you have a trash ass season and you got multiple first round picks coming up, and what some say average of 6.5 quarterbacks can go in the first round next year. So
listen,
Okay.
like I was telling
It's
Reed
a
earlier,
it's a smoke screen.
That's
It's
fair.
a smoke
I like that.
screen.
That's a good point. That's a
I
good
said,
point.
even if Hurts
I thought you were
isn't
about to
the
say something
guy, at least we have the pieces in place. For
yeah,
the
y'all set up nicely. Y'all set up nicely to get somebody that's like a
I
pick.
mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to say
I
I
like-
pray for his downfall, but I'm like the
We're
quarterbacks
not.
next year is going to be brazy.
Nah,
The quarterbacks next year is going to be brazy. Not gonna
It's a
lie.
win-win. It's a win-win
I'm
for
not
us.
gonna lie.
If Hurts is the guy, we can spend those other two
a
first
steal.
round picks in either way with the pieces we got. If not,
Do you think he's the
another
guy?
quarterback.
Do you
And
think
not
he's
only
the
that-
guy?
I don't know. Last year was essentially his rookie season. He
Yeah.
started the whole season. We went to the playoffs. He's not the best passer of the football, but do I
Do you
think,
think-
he's better?
Do you want him to be the guy? Do you want him
Yeah, I
to be
want
the
him
guy?
to be the guy. Why would I want to
I
draft
do.
another quarterback and start this whole thing all over again? I want him to be
yeah.
the guy.
That-
And
y'all
I
think-
love being a
I don't
franchise
think
that always has a
doesn't
black
want the
quarterback.
quarterback
I
to be
love
the
that.
guy.
I don't think
The
nobody. I don't think nobody.
Vaughn doesn't like black
I want their
quarterbacks though.
quarterback to be their
Real,
guy.
you're good. Vaughn don't like black quarterbacks though. He probably secretly was waiting on his downfall. Vaughn don't like
Hey,
black
don't
quarterbacks.
do that.
But that's for another
All right,
conversation.
listen,
That's for another
Listen.
conversation.
I say some stuff about Jalen Hurts that I don't believe because that's my guy. Okay, I'll go to bat for him.
Oh, I know. This is the only reason why you're rooting for because he has a wing on his helmet. That's it. I know.
No.
I know.
No.
I know.
Because he believes in that man.
I
my
know.
guy.
He sees
My
the
guy.
talent.
Real.
I would
Real.
I don't even know the
Real.
quarterbacks who were coming
He
out
don't like
next year.
black
I don't watch
quarterbacks.
college, so of course I
He
want
don't like
to
black
my guy.
quarterbacks, real. He probably not even gonna
Yeah.
like half of them because they black.
I don't
Come on,
know
next
that.
year.
You know, this is not
Hey,
me.
Vaughn, you better stick up for yourself.
I'm not the guy that nickname. I can't say it on air, but I'm the
Yeah.
guy that named them NB, not QB. That's not me.
Yeah. Tell him what. Tell him what it means.
I
Tell him
can't.
Tell him what
I
it
didn't.
means.
I didn't coin that
there are
term.
what?
I didn't coin that term. That was my
Oh,
friend
you
at the top
you
right.
endorse it. You endorse it though. You endorse it though.
That
Listen,
wasn't me.
We all endorse phrases that we all say. We're family. We do
I
that.
didn't make that up. Did I make that up?
Yes, you
I think
did.
you, I actually I think you did.
You
I'm
did.
funny. I'm funny as shit, bro.
It was hilarious. It's
I think you
hysterical.
did.
We can't say that online because we don't want to get our podcast canceled.
Yeah, nah.
It's great. It's
How
like,
you gonna get? You gonna hold on. You gonna get it? What you mean? How you gonna get it canceled by black people? You gonna get it canceled by black people?
no, because we can't. You know we can't say
Yeah.
that stuff. We can't
Black
say
I
folks
mean-
would cancel us. They
Yes,
would cancel
bro.
our black
Okay,
ass.
okay, that's
Absolutely.
true.
We are a
That's a good point.
podcast of 5 heterosexual black men. They will cancel us with the
We
quick.
can't say that.
Yeah,
Oh, good point. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
yeah,
Good
they will
point.
cancel us with
It's
the-
hilarious though.
But
we-
real, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by his fake fandom for Jalen. As soon as
No,
he throws his first
it's
four
legitimate.
picks,
It's legitimate fandom because Carson.
don't let it be. Don't let it. Hey, as soon as he blows the first, hey, as soon as he blows the
Hogan
game, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He can start looking at next year's prospects.
No.
No,
Just
Vaughn's
wait.
better than that. He'll give him some
Just wait.
time.
My
He'll give
guy.
him
Just
time.
wait.
Vaughn's better
Just
than
Because
wait.
that.
you know
I
when
got
Carson
faith.
Wentz was pissing me off, I was upfront about it. But Jalen Hurts has time. He has time.
I mean,
Lots of time.
you gave Carson
Yeah.
Wentz a chance because he's white.
No, I gave him a chance until he didn't have a chance.
Look, man, we're not going to sit here and talk about Carson Wentz like Carson Wentz wasn't a dog. And I'm sick of
No,
people-
and I was rocking with him, but that
Well, can I
last
finish
season,
with this?
Real, and I know Real better not say nothing. I know
All
you
right.
better not.
Can I
say
finish
nothing,
though? Can I
Rio.
finish with this?
Go ahead,
Can I finish
go
with
ahead,
this
okay.
though?
Okay, my bad. Go ahead, Real. My bad.
Because this is now his third year, he's getting all these great pieces and these great tools around him.
He has no
My
excuses now.
expectations will be realistic this year,
Yeah,
right? Last year, you saw me doing a lot of just rah because I was just like, I need hope. I just need something to fight for every week. And this is giving me something to fight for every week because they giving it a shot, and I just don't, I'm just like, well, we already at the bottom. You can only go one way but up. But this year, we looking like something coming into the season. So I'm gonna have real expectations. Now, I'm not saying Super Bowl or bust, but shit, I want to see a real representation of that. You
he should make a
studied in the
jump.
offseason and
He
you
should
got
make a
better.
jump.
And
He
this
should make a
team
jump,
should make
yeah.
a jump. So yeah, man,
should.
there are real expectations. And so,
You don't
yeah,
believe that,
I
Vaughn.
want to see a
You don't
real
believe
team
that.
this year.
You
I'm gonna be real critical about that too.
his work
Maybe
ethic
towards the
is
later
too
half of the
hard.
season, but yeah.
He works too hard not to make a jump, and the fact that him and AJ Brown are cool, I'm going to say the fact that when he is missing him in passes,
you just brought up work ethic?
patient. He's going to be a little bit more patient than him.
Yo,
than-
this man really brought up work ethic. I'm done.
No, because it's like I'm not going the cliche, but I think it's widely recognized that Jalen Hurts is a very great work ethic. I think that's widely recognized that he's.
I agree. I agree.
Don't a lot of
They say
people
he's a great leader, and he's a great.
Not everybody has a
great
great
ethic.
work ethic. Not everybody.
Yep.
No, not everybody.
No one.
Like,
So he's the only person.
I knew about his work ethic in college, and I didn't even watch college, but still.
Then how you?
Bro, he had mad ESPN specials about all the weightlifting records he had.
Like, come on, Ivan. Like, it was. Come on now. After the playing game, he's in the gym, like doing all that crazy stuff. Like, come on, now, Ivan.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a special talent, man.
Like, don't play
He's a
with
real
me.
special talent.
And
all right,
let me stop.
matter of
yo.
fact, why don't you pick?
Andrew,
Let's talk about the Washington Commanders.
you like
Sure.
your draft?
Let's talk about the Washington Commanders.
Once it finished, I did. Once it finished, I did. The only thing that blew me about the draft was we didn't get Kyle Hamilton, and we let the Ravens get him. That's probably the only thing I got blown. But
Sure.
Right up 295.
yeah,
Carolina Burks.
who? Oh,
You
I
mad
mean,
you
I
took Carolina Burks?
we're about to get rid of Payne, so I already knew that's going to be his replacement because we're letting Payne go because of him and Jonathan Allen's little so-called beef they had, especially when he swung on him.
Brother. Like Saban should make both of them.
Look
right now.
They just
Look.
need to go fight, bro.
Let
Let them actually fight and just get it out the way.
No, that's-
and then I agree. But once someone's dead, when someone's dad gets involved, it's a wrap.
Well, hold on. Who's that? Okay. Well, I know. What about a dad now? What happened?
I mean,
Yeah, what is this? What is the whole story?
to be honest, I don't even know what the exact issue was. Like, to be honest, I don't know if it happened because of the game per se, or was it something that boiled over and the game was like the last thing that that broke the camel's back. But Deron Payne's dad was commenting about how there were some issues and things of that nature. So once he commented that, I'm like, well, he's not going to be getting signed. So I already knew that defensive tackle was going to be because that's going to be Deron Payne's replacement. So
Okay, can I
Go
read
ahead.
this off? During
Yes.
the NBC broadcast, defensive lineman Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne were spotted having some sort of argument. Payne pointedly put one of his fingers in Allen's face, seemingly lecturing to his teammate. That's when Allen snapped, batted Payne's finger away, and then he took a swing at the defensive lineman. And this was in December 27, 2020.
yeah, that was during the game. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I actually remember that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
I was gonna say
remember that.
because I think we might have mentioned that on the show, but my thing is it had to been
You did. That was a Sunday
deeper.
night game.
it had to
We
been
definitely
deeper
talked
than
about
just than that one incident that happened in the game. I feel like it's deeper than that, probably. I don't know.
Why you fighting your own position group during the game?
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Look at this. It's
Like
embarrassing.
that don't even make sense, bro.
You remember that?
And then you're gonna miss.
Y'all make way too much money. You make way too much money to be fighting somebody
And then you
during the
gonna
game. During the game,
They would have put all that energy. They should have put all that energy against the opponent. They ain't gone it. But that's neither here nor there. But other than that, I think our draft was cool. You know, I'm not displeased with it. And Herb.
Oh, so what happens with Ron Rivera if with this year?
Oh,
You know,
he on the hot
what are
seat.
your expectations for Ron
He's
Rivera?
on the
Third year.
Let's
he's on the
talk
hot
about
seat.
it.
He's on the hot seat. It has to be some improvement this season, or
Going into
I'm
the
gonna ask you
season?
one question.
no,
I'm
like
gonna
You on the hot
I'm,
seat going into the season?
for sure.
I'm
I
gonna
think
ask you
so.
one question, Ivan.
Well, my bad. Well, I'll say this. If there's no at least a dramatic improvement by the end of the season, then he's on the hot seat. I'll say that by the end of the season. Yes.
That's fair.
So Ron Rivera was
Depends on how
brought,
bad it is.
Ron Rivera was brought there to to make your culture better.
Right.
Has he made your culture better?
Dan Snyder's
Yeah.
still there.
Is the
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point as well. That's a good point as well.
Real.
That's a good point as well. Dan Snyder kind of. As far as a culture standpoint, I feel like he is doing a pretty good job as far as culture. You know, so I will say that. But I'm talking about the logistics, football stuff is the stuff I'm talking about.
well, we already knew he had football problems, football coach problems.
Right.
He wasn't
Right.
really brought there because he was brought there because he's a good football coach. Yeah, I'm not going to take nothing from him. He's a good football coach. He's been to Super Bowl. You know, he's been in playoffs a couple times. But more so than that, he was brought there.
He was brought there more for the culture, right? I
Yeah,
got you. I feel what you're saying. And at the time, he was like really the best coach available at the time too. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I think he's still better than a lot of coaches. I mean, to me personally, like I hate the fact that he's in such a franchise with so much disarray, bro. I think he would be and I'm not saying the Giants are like the pinnacle, but like Giants have a much better reputation, and I think he would have been better as a coach with the Giants right now. I think he could have got that talent together, and I think he would do really well.
They wanted. They wanted.
Joe
What was your thing? Yeah, they wanted Judge. Yeah, they wanted Mr. Judge.
Yeah, but he couldn't even talk at a press conference. I remember who you talk about.
They wanted.
Not only that, the Giants will let him be shit off. The Giants will let him be like drill sergeant. You know what I mean? They would have let, you know what I mean? Like the owners wouldn't have been over his shoulder the way like Dan Snyder is. Like, nah.
And that's always the problem. Dan Snyder can never just stay in the press box and just be what an owner is and do nothing but chill and collect checks. He's never able to do that.
So
he down there throwing tips in the cheerleaders. He down there throwing tips in the cheerleaders.
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot of that. Oh yeah. The fact that he still hasn't got fired at this point, he's immortal. He can do literally no wrong. At this point, he could get caught killing somebody on camera, and he still be able to own own Washington. I don't know what else has to happen. I don't know what else he needs to do. I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what
his time's coming. His time's coming. His time is coming.
Will it be in my lifetime? We don't know. We don't know.
I believe so.
I hope.
I got a draft question for y'all because I don't watch college.
I was gonna say let Yak go, but
I just had a question. I mean, you guys can answer this. I don't care who answers this. I had that Trayvon Walker really wasn't the best player in the draft. Well, why did they reach to take him? Is that true?
He was the best athlete in the draft.
Yeah, he was a really good athlete. Really good athlete.
He's a really good athlete, and he had really good
athlete.
And the thing that scares me about that the most, because I really didn't know much about, he's Georgia. You hear about people you hear about defensive linemen from Bama, Georgia all the time. It's whatever. You know, you don't really pay too much of them for nothing until they get to the NFL to see what they do. Because they all dominate college, they're all good in college. The thing that scared me the most is that I saw a graphic and it was like that Trayvon Walker was the most out of like all the top edge rushers in the draft. He was the only one that never got like double teamed, or like he was the one that had the most free runs at the quarterback.
Yeah, he had all one-on-ones pretty much.
He had all one-on-one mismatches, which tells me that teams were not afraid of him on tape. And on tape, they were afraid of Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, people on the team. You know what I'm like?
I mean, you can't say this to defend him, to say like, look, I guess they had to pick their poison because Jordan Davis by himself is enough. You know what I'm saying? I guess they had to pick their poison, possibly. You know what I mean? So
I like to hear
maybe that could be it. I mean, Jordan Davis might be a bust though, but I'm just saying, they had to pick his.
I would have liked the middle linebacker personally. I think a middle linebacker would have been great personally.
I'm just telling you, that's the only thing that raised my eyebrows about him. I had never heard nobody evaluate.
That's a fair.
In contention for number one like that. I had never heard that before. Like, oh yeah, this dude just had number one.
I heard that he started off like his D line, and then like Jordan Davis was better, so he had to move outside. I don't how true is that?
He's fast though. He's
way quicker though. Yeah, he's way quicker.
He ran like a 4.5. Like
he got wheels, bro. He got wheels, bro.
Like this dude.
Jordan Davis got wheels for size too, but he got wheels.
You can feel it.
I've been hearing like poor man's Clowney, like a.
So was it a reach? It wasn't a reach.
It could have been a reach because he's not like for sure like Thibodeau or Aiden Hutchinson.
High risk. High risk, high reward. You know,
that's
what the draft is for.
The Jags. I feel like the Jags aren't the place to reach for players at number one. I feel like they're not
saying though. Like,
I mean, for some reason, the Jags they know how to get the best out of some of their defensive picks. I'll say that. Maybe they. I don't know. Maybe they'll. I don't know.
He's going to. I talked to Mike Daniels, by the way. He also said he would stop on the show in preparation for football season. So
we don't need another Cowboy on here.
But Mike was talking to me about like the Cowboys defensive coach or whatever, and this coach is like no, he came up under Todd Bowles, so he's like known for having like that attack, that aggressive 3-4 disguised defense. So we'll see. He might put him in best position to win, to succeed. He also has a defensive end on the other side of him too with Josh Allen. So
yeah.
So speaking of the Cowboys, Shane, were you upset? Were you upset that y'all drafted a center that's known to have penalty problems?
Well, he's a tackle who we're gonna be moving to guard. But I actually been looking into him a little bit more, and he is actually he's really good in the run defense.
Herb, bye Herb. You can leave Herb.
Really good in
Bye Herb.
He's really good.
Get my
Excuse
nerves.
me. He's really good.
That's
in
my
run.
boy though. That's my boy though. But Herb, you gotta go.
I'm saying he's really good with run blocking, which was a weakness for us last year. So we're gonna slide him at guard. Center, we might get rid of Tyler. We might actually have two options to beat out Tyler Biadasz, because our two weak points were Connor Williams at left guard and Tyler Biadasz at center. So we have two options that we got to replace that center. So I don't think it was a bad pick. And they're saying that he has a high ceiling to play either play tackle to replace Tyron Smith when eventually he goes, or of course he can play guard and work on his technique, of course, in pass blocking. But anyway, that was a good pick. I like the pick of Sam Williams because he's a 4-4 guy rushing off the edge from Ole Miss, which now we have DeMarcus Lawrence. You have Dante Fowler Jr. You have Sam Williams with his speed, a guy who I think he had 12 and a half sacks at Ole Miss last year. You got him, Micah Parsons, that can rush on pass rushing downs. So that's pretty
Shane
good.
Schefter, boy.
Fowler? I'm sleep.
Yeah, Fowler.
Sorry, I'm sleep on Fowler. Sorry.
I think Dan Quinn can get the most out of Dante Fowler Jr. I think he can. But anyway, who we get in the second round? Second round, we got.
Did y'all pick up a receiver?
We picked up Jalen Tolbert. Like they were saying that he's probably one of the best players who didn't go to the combine. Like he was ranked one of the highest players who didn't go to the combine. I mean,
So he sucks.
does it all. No, he does it all.
No, I mean he must be nice. If you just like, yeah, I'm cool. I ain't going to the combine. He must be nice.
Like he does
So
it
he
all.
sucks.
Like,
Wait, what school did he go to?
no,
I was
he went to he went to one of the smaller colleges, but he actually had offers to go to like Michigan State, but he rather play basketball instead.
South. Oh, he played bat. Oh,
Yeah, so he's
Y'all should have got David Bell.
no,
What Pac-Man Jones say?
He's a multi-sport athlete, so he was very unproductive. So yeah, I like that pick. We addressed our tackle position in the future as well. We got Damone Clark. I think Damone Clark was actually an underrated pick. Like people don't know much about him, but I know Yakio's know Damone Clark from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Had he not had spinal surgery, what's his spinal surgery? He had spinal surgery, neck fusion surgery. He would have been in the first round.
My back
Like
is broken.
he's actually better than Nakobe Dean. Like he does everything that Nakobe Dean does, and he's bigger, and he's pretty much
Hey,
as
chill.
fast as Nakobe Dean.
That's my guy.
But I mean,
And he said and he said he's healthy too. He can depend on his health.
Chill on my guy.
But anyway, that was a steal pick for us. And yeah, we drafted a corner.
true.
He has ball skills, but I mean, we need it. We pretty much just drafted. It's pretty much just a solid draft of just drafting needs, and we picked guys who were athletic. Yeah, drafting guys who were athletic and who fill the need in our team. But I mean, I give us like a B, a solid B. I wouldn't give us like an A plus or
Oh, solid B. Okay.
Yeah, a solid B. I'm not.
So who had the best draft to you? The Jets?
Jets.
Yeah, they're up there.
I'm not mad at it. I was watching some of these highlights. Granted, highlights are highlights, but when I saw Breece Hall, I was like, "Oh shit!" I like.
Maybe if they can protect Wilson, I mean, they probably could. He got good young receivers now. They might be able to do maybe a little something. They might come third in the division, maybe.
We had
Maybe.
the best draft. The Baltimore Ravens were the best draft.
Oh Lord,
Y'all did sneak Kyle Hamilton, you bastards.
We had
you're
the best
welcome. By the
draft.
way,
We had
You're
the
welcome.
best-
Yeah,
You're
I'm worried
welcome.
about y'all. I'm
You're
we had
worried
the
about
best
y'all.
talent at each draft point for our position.
You guys would have the best draft if you actually drafted a wide receiver.
Y'all did have a
That's-
good ass
do that.
draft, though. Yeah.
y'all didn't do that. Y'all should have got
That's-
David Bell.
That pissed
And
me
you
off.
got rid of his
We-
favorite receiver. You got rid of Lamar's
we traded
favorite
a wide
receiver.
receiver on day one, and we didn't replace a wide receiver at all. And we drafted 2 tight ends, so that means we tripled down on Greg Roman.
The funny thing was, Pittsburgh took the receiver you guys did want.
They took
guys
both the
were-
receivers.
You guys wanted Austin from Memphis.
And we talked to George Pickens a couple times. Too.
Yo, George Pickens and freaking what's his name from the Ravens gonna get mad fights. They're gonna get mad fights, bro. I can see it now.
Mark
Peters.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I'm not
If
worried
you
about
watch-
no
if you-
Pittsburgh receiver right
If
now.
you,
They don't got
hey,
nobody
if you watch
for-
Pickens play,
I'm not throwing-
watch some
I'm not
highlights.
throwing No
Pickens-
Pittsburgh receiver.
Pickens like to fight, yo. So it's gonna be funny.
That's fine. We got Kyle Hamilton out there.
Hey, man,
bro.
let them fight it out, bro. Some of them just need
No,
to
I'm
fight
just
it
saying.
out.
I'm just saying it's gonna be entertaining.
Fight us
It's
if
gonna be
you want.
entertaining.
And we
It's
got
gonna
Chuck
be
Clark
entertaining.
out there. Fight us if you want.
That's crazy that y'all snuck him, yo.
Kyle Hamilton.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And me
You're
and Bob
freaking
talked
welcome.
about Kyle Hamilton going back like at least a year. And he was
Yeah,
like,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
I wanted him so bad, and we had
We
Look,
could
bro.
have
and
had
Brian did it
him.
like this. I was like, oh, okay.
And I knew y'all were
I
gonna
didn't
take him.
hear-
I knew y'all were gonna take him too.
I was just convinced. Yo, I knew he was. I just knew he. And then once they said we traded back, I was like, well, we ain't getting him now. I was like, he'll be gone.
That's,
I knew it.
that's-
Once they said we traded back,
Even though he's hurt, I also like we got the edge rusher from Michigan because we did pick up the Michigan defensive
Oh
coordinator
yeah, double.
in the
Yeah.
season, and he did go crazy in Ohio State in that game. So, you know,
One
shout
game.
out to him. Even though he's injured, you know that's a good value pick. He was a top 10 player in a lot of draft boards and a lot of people's draft. And we got
he
him.
didn't go crazy. He had okay game.
I like the Jalen Amar Davis pick too. Like he's
Yeah, I didn't know much about him because there are a million Bama cornerbacks, but a lot of people they said like, you know, this year he didn't really let nobody get completions on him, so he got out of there because he was injured the previous years, and he had a real good year this year. So
I mean, also you got
Who had the worst
two
draft?
tight ends too.
they said
the
Warren
Ravens-
was supposed to be like a receiver.
The Ravens gonna be running the I formation, bro. Y'all running
Well,
power I.
We're going back to 2019.
Yet power I.
How we played
RPO.
2019? We're going back to that. That's obvious today.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
we're going back to that with a better Lamar Jackson. So
So
Hey, yo, what if Lamar decides he doesn't want to like sign?
he not then he don't want to sign. I mean,
Yeah.
What you say about it?
I mean, he wants to stay in Baltimore. I don't think he don't have to worry about that.
He's his own agent. You ain't got to please nobody else but him. You got to make sure this guy's happy and wants to stay here.
But I will say though, if I was him, I would want. But I heard he's the one that's holding up the deal talks. He's not even.
He's
I
the
heard it's him.
He's
It's him.
Why I say that? Thank you.
He's the one
Yeah.
holding the
Jackson is agent.
And
Oh,
there-
yeah,
a lot of
his
people
mom
say there's a problem with him being his own agent. I would say there would be a problem if he was a bum. But when you're an MVP quarterback, that's gonna let him touch the open market. He will get 60.
Easy.
Whatever the top is, I need
Easy.
another 25 million on
Easy.
top of that.
If you let a
That's
quarterback, if you let a 25-year-old MVP quarterback touch the open market, they're getting $60 million.
I mean, and the thing is, the Ravens like last year, it is proved to tell you he's your team. Like y'all didn't win a game without him.
he's our
So
team.
there's-
He's our
he's
team.
the-
He's our city. Like I just don't feel like
He's your identity.
he's our identity. I feel like the only other team. I feel like the only other city Lamar would get love like this in is probably Atlanta.
And I think
I
Lamar
can see
is the answer
Carolina.
to
I can see
Ivan's
he'll get love of Carolina too.
What'd you say?
I think Lamar is the answer to Ivan's question too. Who's a loser of the NFL draft? I think Lamar is the answer to that.
No, that's real though.
I think
No.
they think he's the.
No. You know,
Oh, you talking about as far as what Hollywood?
No.
we-
Saying like, how do they help Lamar?
We got a lineman, and we got two tight ends. We did help with a lineman. We got the best center in the draft, arguably, Tyler Lindenbaum. And a lot of people were saying that because he wasn't like a big mauler like we usually pick up, he was a lighter center that shows like a change.
I mean,
in philosophy.
It's gonna help.
what
protect him what?
honestly, it's gonna help Lamar when Roman gets fired. When he eventually gets fired, that's what's really gonna help him.
The offensive line's been a problem the last 2 years. Even snaps was a problem last year and the year before then. So we get a actual center and not a converted center. Somebody that's actually a center, and that's his position. That's the way
They're not. Vaughn passing the ball is not going to be their focal point.
I know. I'm just saying you're gonna need to at some point. That's all I'm
Bro,
saying.
I'm talking, bro, Vaughn, listen to me. I want everybody to listen to me. Until the first game, bro, I'm like, yo, I'm just happy to be here to see what happens. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you trade your first receiver on day one and you don't pick a receiver at all. I can't even begin to. That don't make no sense to me. It makes none. It makes perfect. That's why I said we got the best pound for pound value of players. We didn't address needs the way we should address needs. Because if we address needs the way we should address needs, we would have got an edge rusher that was ready day one, and we got a receiver in the draft. And we passed up multiple of those, and we got maybe a hybrid receiver tight end, Isaiah Likely. and I watched some of his tape. I looked at his numbers. He progressed every year. Last year for Coastal Carolina, he had 60 catches, 972 yards, and 12 touchdowns. And Charlie Kohler is a pretty good inline blocking tight end too. But we don't need more. We already have a good tight end. We already got a good backup tight end. He's healthy. We need receivers.
Yeah.
So
The way he was talking on Twitter seemed like he was a loser to me. I don't know. I'm just a guy.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't believe he knew. I really don't believe he knew, bro. I'm sorry. The way he was tweeting,
he knew.
Then why would he tweet what he tweeted?
Hollywood Brown was on the.
He did, bro.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I think he knew Hollywood wanted
The
out.
reason I say
I think he knew he wanted out, but I didn't think he knew that he was going to Arizona.
He knew. Eric DeCosta said Lamar knew on Monday. Hollywood said Lamar knew beforehand. He knew. Hollywood was in Arizona when it was time for their pick to be called the 23rd pick.
Right.
Hollywood.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I don't want to hear about Lamar.
But so is Lamar. So Lamar was just being dramatic, is what you're saying.
Huh?
Or was he saying that draft?
Lamar was just being dramatic.
I don't know.
Was he hating on the draft pick? People can say whatever you want to, bro. You just confirmed it. There's no way around it. Lamar, I love Lamar, bro. I'm a huge Lamar fan. But that's a straight up, you was not feeling the draft pick, bro. You probably was feeling something else, and you thought like, yo, you just released my man who's a receiver. Why are you not looking for more receiver talent when you know this is what I need?
The Baltimore Ravens, both times they picked in the first round, the first pick, Kyle Jones was probably a top 5 player on the board, if not the best player on their board. So they picked Kyle Hamilton. The second time, all the first round receivers were gone. You got to reach for a receiver.
All like what it was like six of the top wide receivers was gone.
Yeah, all the receivers. The last good first round receiver was gone at Treylon Burks at 18.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's their responsibility to trade up. If you're willing to trade Hollywood Brown, you could have traded him and figured out how to move up in the. So I mean, if you were going to get rid of that piece, use it to get better. I just don't understand. You released your whole offense, and you don't have. They were getting receivers from the practice squad. Am I lying? Just
last year, no.
Were they not doing that?
We have a deep receiver room. The thing is, so we had a deep receiver room. We've been stacking the receiver room with talent over the last few years. Nobody knows.
Perriman should come back, right?
Huh?
Perriman should come back at this point. The kid you guys drafted, but he got hurt and he never played.
We have receivers in our room. We have receivers that we've drafted that knows our system.
Right.
We have
Rashard Perriman is one of your receivers, no?
The only receiver in our room that has not shown that they have gameplay ability on game day is Tylan Wallace. That's the only one. Every other receiver has shown that they can play. James Prochet has had games with 11 catches. You saw Rashard Bateman before, and you saw Devin Duvernay do his thing through different.
Now Rashard Bateman, I think he's legit. I think Rashard Bateman's good, but
the thing is,
I don't know about the rest of them.
The thing is, us as Ravens fans, we're tired of seeing unproven 5'9" receivers. We want to start seeing some proven 6'3", 6'4" guys that can help our quarterback when he got to be inaccurate with the rock. That helps.
So do you think?
I just read he's with the Bucks now.
Steve Smith.
So,
but I'm not talking. Steve Smith also had a bet. Come on, man.
That's Steve Smith. That's Steve Smith, though.
Stop. Come on, man. And
Steve Smith was still a dog when he came to the Ravens, man. I was actually really surprised at how good he still was.
Do you think they just lost confidence of drafting wide receivers because y'all don't have the best luck drafting wide receivers? I
feel like Eric DeCosta likes to draft wide receivers for his quarterback. I feel like John Harbaugh and Greg Roman used whatever Hollywood said. I believe Hollywood was like, yo, you need to use it. I don't think it was just about Hollywood because Hollywood was going to catch his targets no matter what because he was our number one receiver.
I think he just didn't like the system. He didn't like the system.
I think it was a system. I think it was Hollywood went to them and was like, yo, use us better. Use different route trees, expand the route trees, do this stuff.
Right.
And Harbaugh and Greg Roman being the 1948 football white men minds they have said, no, you're being selfish. You're worried about your targets. You're worried about everything else. And they used that to blow it back. And Hollywood said, bro, this is beyond me, Lamar. I'm sorry, I'm gone. Yeah. And that's how I went.
Because Hollywood was frustrated with them even 2 years ago when he was talking about the soldiers. Remember the soldiers tweet?
He said that his second or third year, he said, what's the sense of having the soldiers you ain't going to use?
You ain't going to use them, yeah. He's already giving you signs already. He's ready to get about. He might not want to be here much longer.
That's fair.
So how can we say that
But
Lamar?
Still,
Jackson,
why did they not get better? They should use them to get better.
I think the obvious answer is Justin Ross.
Justin Ross is with the Chiefs.
He's the biggest loser.
What did he lose?
He was a first round pick. He was gonna be a top 10 pick.
First
He
round
used to
to
be.
Zach Wilson or undrafted to
He used to be.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, he was gonna be a first round pick.
First
He
round
used to
to
be.
Zach Wilson or undrafted to Patrick
How long
Mahomes.
ago? How long ago was this though?
I'm just saying
he was gonna be.
I mean,
a first
he was
round
going
pick.
to be.
And what-
He was
what year?
going to be.
What
He was
year?
going to be, but he had injuries.
Hold on.
He had injuries.
What
but
year
he
did you
was going
say?
to be.
2019.
2019.
So 3
Yes.
years ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know
That's
if
a
I
long
can call him a
time.
loser if he was supposed to be that 3 years ago. Maybe if he was supposed to be that a couple months ago, and then he fell, but 3 years ago, that's a long time.
2019,
Yeah,
he
man.
had 1,000 yards receiving his freshman season. He was everybody's top pick pretty much at wide
He had-
receiver in the
He had injuries.
2021 draft. Okay, so then next year that he does okay. Of course, they go to the semifinal. He's still a high pick. Then he has the neck injury. He has the spinal surgery, 2020 season. So he loses that entire season. And then this season he has DJU as his quarterback, and the offense isn't good. And then he has the foot injury. He has that, and he goes undrafted. You had somebody who was going to be a top 10 pick. They lost millions of dollars. I want to hear about him going to Chiefs. He
One more
lost
question.
millions of dollars.
What was he projected coming into this
He
year? What
was,
was he projected
Shane,
coming
he
into-
fell off. How you lose millions of dollars when he fell off?
He wasn't
He fell
projected
the-
to have coming
He
in.
wasn't projected to be
What was he
high.
projected
wasn't
coming into this
projected.
year?
He wasn't projected.
They
wasn't
say he
even
could
top
regain
10.
his status had he proved the injury was behind him, but he didn't do anything to prove
He
the
didn't
injury
prove
was
it.
behind him.
I don't know
He
if I
was
can
like
call you a loser if you weren't this
I
year.
don't-
if you weren't-
Exactly. He was
It
like a
sucks for
4-8.
him. It sucks that Justin Ross didn't get drafted. Yes, but do I feel like sad Justin Ross didn't get drafted? No, I feel like God was like, bro, yay, bro, you had to
went
sit
to
through
the
2
Chiefs.
days. You had to sit through
He went
that
to-
weekend.
he's a
and see
winner.
all them
He's a
players
freaking
two
winner.
plays. But guess what? On the other side of this, you got Pat Mahomes, and I feel
He
like
went
that's
to the
that's what
Chiefs.
he does. He got Pat Mahomes. I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
like he went to the Lions. Yeah, like he got
He's a
undrafted to the
super
Lions. He
talented
went to the
player.
freaking Chiefs.
He's
was
a
the
super
freaking
talented player. There is no proven receiver on the Chiefs right now. He can go from
Also, You gonna so you gonna disrespect your UFC brethren? You gonna disrespect your UFC brethren, Juju?
Every receiver on the Chiefs, every receiver on the Chiefs right now is trying to prove that they're not has been, that they're not just a waste of talent, that they're not just something. Every receiver on the Chiefs is
That's
trying
true.
to prove
That makes them dangerous, though.
Sky Moore's pretty much DJ Moore, pretty much.
Prove me something, sir.
Nah, I need to see it. I need to see it first.
I need to see
Sky Moore.
which school does Sky Moore go to?
Is he a rookie?
North Dakota.
Michigan.
No, my bad. West Michigan.
Is he a rookie?
West Michigan.
Excuse me, sir. You need to prove something to me. You didn't
Is
play
he a
against
rookie?
Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah,
Last
he's a rookie.
Michigan receiver took
He's
five.
a rookie who hasn't played, who hasn't even worn his team's helmet yet.
Hold on, but to check this out. But for shits and giggles, the last Western Michigan receiver that's supposed to be good, they picked in the top 5, and he didn't prove nothing until year 4. He got his money and he fell off again. So prove something to me, Western Michigan.
I mean,
His name to the
that guy did have a 1,000-yard season, and that guy did unfortunately the Jets, and he got hurt.
No, I'm talking. But how long did it take him to
Zach
get
Wilson
that
as the
good?
quarterback?
How
4
long did
years.
it take him to
And
get
he had
that good?
Zach Wilson as
4
quarterback.
years. It took. What's his name?
Corey
I
Davis.
forgot the nigga's
Corey
name.
Davis. Corey Davis.
That scrub.
Corey
So
Davis, scrub. Come on, man.
Okay, he's average at best. He's average at best on a great.
I won't
day.
say he's a scrub, but I don't think his trajectory
average.
is going the
He's
way.
getting paid like he's a number one. He's getting number
Yeah.
one type money, and he's
So,
not.
like I said, everybody that receiver room is up for grabs.
He's not number
The only
one.
person that's probably guaranteed anything in that
Honestly,
receiver room-
right now, he's probably gonna be the number 3 as if we look at it right now
Who?
between
Oh, yeah,
Elijah
he's
Moore
the stat. He's
and Wilson.
Number one.
He
Who's gonna be number
did
3?
come there to be the number 1. He came there to be the number
And
1.
they were done for Pat
Corey
Mahomes.
Davis.
He's number
Corey
2.
Davis.
He was supposed to
He
be-
is a number 2, but they paid him to be a number 1 though.
He was.
That's what
He
they
wanted
paid
to be
him for.
number 1. He's number 2 now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He
Nah,
getting
who?
paid number 1 money.
Garrett Wilson.
I don't know. I
Garrett
think you
Wilson.
guys are kind of asleep, man.
Elijah
There's
Moore-
there's always a good situation when you have
Hey,
competition, especially at
hey.
the wide receiver position,
That's what I'm
especially when
saying.
one guy who
I'm
has already
asleep.
gotten paid isn't as good as the other 2 receivers. It makes the other receivers play better because they're like, I'm going to show you I'm better to make the money he's making.
They don't
You need to
gotta
see
do
why
much.
you're paying him money,
They don't gotta do
and you
much.
should have paid me. I think you're
Listen,
going to have a good
they don't-
competition in a
hey,
good situation.
Listen, and there's only
They
one other-
don't got to do
You
much.
want
They
that.
don't got to
there's
do
only
much.
one
to be
other
better
big
than Corey
receiver
Davis.
on that team, and that's MVS. And Justin Ross can sneak MVS.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, come on, let's be honest here.
So what about
Yeah.
Flash?
Trash.
Who's trash?
MVS.
I said Flash.
Who's
Oh, that's
Flash?
Vaughn's favorite player.
D Wade?
That's Vaughn's favorite player. He
Who?
said D
Josh
Wade.
Josh Gordon.
I was like, we
Why
just
is he-
switched to-
Look, bro.
Hey, why is Josh Gordon still in the league? How?
Because
I've
that's
never-
Goodell
Oh,
Man's mains. That's Goodell Man's mains.
No, he's like
When Josh Gordon out the league and he get his life together, he's going to be the head of like NFL drug and alcohol rehab.
I'm sure he
I can
will
see
be.
that.
But he's like a cat. He's the cat. Yo, he's the cat of the NFL. This man had 9 different
That's
lives. bro.
Goodell Man's mains. Like
This
Goodell
man.
really rocks with him. Like Goodell really rocks with Cuz. Like
And he's not a bad dude. Like Josh Gordon used to be real,
now
bro.
he not. He just got
He
problems,
was real, bro. He was real.
He been
He just-
doing
yeah.
drugs since he was like 12 years old.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, oh yeah. He has big addiction problems and all that. So he definitely had a big story, but
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah,
let it
Josh
go.
Gordon-
Let the cleat take the cleats off. Take the
What I
cleats
was-
off.
What I
Make
would
them
say
all.
is it is nice also to see a black man get some compassion. I will say
Yeah,
that
that's
that's not a
Okay,
something we
okay,
see
I'll
all the time,
I'll
especially
give
in his position. You know how it go. You get the money, they're just like make it happen. So it is kind of nice to see that because they always treat it like addiction is a white thing and it has nothing to do with black people.
Yeah.
You know that's a fight, bro, and it's cool to see them still willing to pay them, or him in specific, a couple
Did he get a big
100,000. I don't know
contract?
about a couple million. He might not get a couple million. He'll
Did
get
he
a
ever
couple
get a big
100,000.
contract?
No, he never
No,
did.
I was gonna
He
say
never
okay. I
did.
don't think he ever. Yeah.
He never
Okay.
did, bro. Because that next year he came back, he only qualified because he only played like 13 games or something like that.
Yo,
He was supposed to be a free agent. He was supposed to be a free
He
agent
was
literally that
cooking.
same next year, and he got suspended.
Him
he's
and,
still the best Browns receiver we ever seen.
him
I
and
don't care what nobody
Martavis
said.
Bryant. This is the way
Easily,
The best.
easily.
Kevin
Browns wide
Winslow
receiver.
and Junior were better. I mean, they were tight ends.
Winslow's a
Better
tight
receivers,
end. I'm
man.
talking about wide receiver
Who you talking about?
I feel you.
for the
I don't
Browns
know.
ever. Josh Gordon.
No,
I don't know because I really like
Who are you taking over him?
what's
Bring
yo
up-
from he came from Miami.
Who?
Braylon
his name?
Edwards.
No,
Heck
but
no.
he was nice
Heck
too. Though.
no.
He was nice.
Braylon
too.
Edwards was no.
Braylon Edwards.
no. He was.
Yeah, he
Josh
did.
Gordon is way better than him.
He made his
Josh
name.
way
He made his
better.
name in
Stop
in
Way
Stop.
better than him.
Stop
Way
hating,
better than that
Ivan.
scrub.
Ivan,
He's a
stop
scrub.
that hate.
He's a
Get that
freaking
hate out
scrub.
your voice.
What?
Get that hate out your voice. Get that
He's
hate
a
out
scrub. He's a
Get that hate
scrub.
out your voice for Braylon Edwards.
He's a bum.
He is literally the best. Listen, NCAA
When he-
05, NCAA 06, Braylon
He's a
Edwards.
scrub.
Dog.
When he went to the Jets is when he fell off a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
What about
But-
Rios? What
Braylon
about Rios?
Edwards-
Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is better than him.
They said
What about-
Braun got Braylon Edwards kicked out of Cleveland.
What about Rios guy, Joe Jaravicious?
Nah, his guy's James Thrash.
Hey man,
Nah, he James
That's
Thrash.
not
somebody
James
just
man.
Google his
James
highlights.
Thrash.
Just Google the highlights. This white
Hold on,
boy,
y'all see
nice.
JJE?
Always on the sideline. He just
Travis
Michael Jackson, boy. He was
Travis
touching the
Benjamin.
sideline.
Now y'all still got J.J. on?
Joe
The
Jerry.
tight end, best tight end in the league.
Who is?
That's crazy, y'all got. He gonna be nasty in tight end too. He gonna
AJ
be nasty.
Azteca Whiteside.
Oh, he sucks.
Second best tight end in the league behind
See,
Dallas
what
Goedert.
was his problem? He couldn't create separation, or he had drops.
He's slow.
Slow,
Everything.
slow. Yeah, he gonna eat
Slow.
it. Tight end. They gonna
He run with tar on his feet.
in the slot.
Yeah, hopefully so.
I mean, he could do like some jump. He could probably move get a little quick first down, jump ball type stuff. He could do that.
Yeah. Kyle Hamilton, I'm definitely getting the big 14 jersey. No trippy red.
Man, I'm sick, yo. Kyle Hamilton is nice, bro. You ever seen a safety prospect like him in years? Years.
Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams.
Y'all gonna have Chuck Clark play a nickel? Or
How does
trade?
what your Clark gonna do?
God,
You
Brandon
might as well
Phillips
trade
played-
him.
Clark got to
You
play
might as well
line.
trade him.
Yeah, I'm ready to say
I
sub
mean-
LB all game.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
He can do
that's
that.
between
You're right though.
two sub linebackers.
You gonna put him outside?
No, we play 3-4.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind.
I remember somebody was trying to tell me they're like,
Oh yeah, y'all do. Yeah, y'all do play 3-4.
somebody's
There is rumors that we're going to trade Chuck Clark, but I would rather us not trade Chuck Clark.
somebody's trying
If
to
you can get if you can sneak him for something, why not? If you can flip him for something, why not?
Keep him sub linebacker. Let him play underneath like that.
He
and you let
he is
Kyle
a good
Hamilton-
leader.
and you let Kyle Hamilton roam the middle of the field, sideline to sideline. You already got Marcus Williams that back deep center. You know what I mean? So we literally run man up. Man in one man. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
Vaughn,
if
nothing
Marlon
for that
Humphreys,
one?
if
Vaughn,
Marlon
nothing for that
Humphreys
one?
have a slow year, would you shop him?
who me? If Marlon Humphrey
Yeah.
have a slow year, he coming up off some of that bread. If Marlon Humphrey have another slow year, he's out of here. But we're not gonna shop.
Yeah.
We don't shop. We're not gonna shop him. That's
Sorry,
not how we
yo,
do it.
Hey,
Real
yeah.
quick, I just want to say
Somebody said,
something. Is
somebody
anybody
said-
worried about Miami?
The Dolphins.
No, because Tua's their quarterback. No,
Listen to me. Listen
That
to me.
was why I'm worried.
Tua's their quarterback.
Miami.
That's why I'm worried.
Miami's getting a
They
lot
got
of
way
good
too much
football
talent,
moves.
and they got the wrong guy at the front.
Yeah, Tua's
Private
going to be
car.
gone. This is Tua's last season. He's out of there. He's out of
Miami
there.
has a lot. Miami put a lot of talent on that field, and they spread a lot of money around. I just don't know that money.
Tua
in
is not
Miami
the
is gonna be
guy.
a problem.
He's
The
not the
money-
guy.
It's not Tua. It's not Tua. Whatever. That money in Miami is going to be a problem. It's going to go.
So
right
Tua's the
over
guy?
my nose. God forgive
You
me.
think Tua could be the guy? You think Tua could
They
be the
say,
guy?
they,
Hell no.
they say
Heck
he's
no.
holding the spot for Tom. They
Tua,
say he's
Tua,
holding the spot
That's what
for
they
Tom.
say. We never talked about that either.
What they say he's holding
think-
it for Tom. Tom,
We-
terrific.
We never
He's
talked
only
about
one.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady was going to fake retire, come out of retirement, get Sean Payton to come coach the Dolphins, and then he was going to come out of retirement to be the quarterback after he was already the CEO or something like that of the Dolphins. That's super wild.
So you think Tom will leave that good situation just go to the Dolphins?
Listen,
Yeah.
the only way listen,
Go
the
ahead,
only way
guys.
any of this makes sense is because Stephen Ross is a Michigan man. And
Oh my God. I'm
You know
sick
who
of hearing
reported
that.
this? And you know who reported this is the Michigan insider, Adam Schefter.
Ugh.
There's some truth and validity to this story, bro.
That's why I never liked Adam Schefter anyway.
It's too
Adam
much
Schefter
comment
cool,
on
but Shane
Michigan.
Schefter.
It's too much Michigan going
Shane
around.
Schefter. That's like
That's what I'm saying. It's too much. It's too much.
Insider.
It's just too much irrelevant Michigan talk for me. I'm over it.
But
He
that
can
would've
go to
been-
Miami.
That
Go
would
to
have been the
Miami.
wildest finesse I ever seen, bro. That would have been worse than what Brett Favre did. Oh yeah, my wife said I'm.
But
I'm
you
tired.
think?
My
But you
wife-
think? But the AFC is stacked. It's freaking stacked. Even if he goes to Miami, he's not coming out the AFC.
He
Nah.
would- at this point, I'm just gonna say wherever Tom Brady go, they're gonna at least get to one Super Bowl.
Let's close out on that. It's
I'm
almost
confident saying
10:30, y'all. Let's close out on that.
All right, fellas.
Shane gotta go to bed.
Yo, peace
All right,
and
we
love.
out.
Great to see everybody. Be
All right, we'll
best
catch
version
y'all
of
next
yourselves.
Tuesday. We out.
Hey, stay black. Stay black.